Please don't hear any of this, Brad.
All right, we ready? You hitting it? Tell me when we're rolling. No, we've been rolling. God damn.
We're Googling over here.
All right.
To nerd sports now, people.
Exactly.
Look out. Do you fear death?
Oh, one of the greatest lines of all time.
I've got a job to it. I've got a job to it.
Kind of like whistles at her, so Dad looks over and the guy's going. And Dad's like, I got the fuck out of there. I was like, oh man, you didn't partake? I thought that was part of the mountain biking community, that y'all just went out there and had sex together in your tight shorts. But
Literally making me 30 sides of red sauce. He just takes it back up.
So that's what I was doing wrong the first time.
that's what you were doing wrong.
Big Pharma's turning the frogs gay, and it's coming after your kids.
And they're going to make them incredibly happy.
Infowars.com.
Listened to so much. Are you...
Different people and me and I has helped him a lot.
So percentage-wise, where's he at now?
I don't know what you're asking.
50, 60%?
The blockage? I have
no,
idea.
I mean as far as his health back, his recovery. Yeah. Got a ways to go?
Yeah. I think he's got more than he would like me to know.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And they ruled out poison on your behalf?
Not yet. Still
Okay,
waiting on
still
the
in the-
toxicology report on that.
still, okay.
But
So
I
she
let
is
them...
still my number one suspect then.
I let them know about the boat, though, and they said that my intentions were pure. And
You've
that
heard about the boat? She bought her husband? No, you gotta tell him about the boat.
You bought your guy a boat?
So,
Yeah, listen.
you know, he had had a heart attack. And I'm thinking...
It's not funny.
Not the heart attack!
the
It's
heart
not
attack.
funny. So I'm thinking, you know, what do people like to do to relax, you know? So
Okay.
so I'm like, okay, well, golfing is not for him. So I was like, so I got him a boat. Got him a boat and brought him. I didn't know you had to have like a hitch on your car.
Oh, no.
Just so we don't have, so the boat's in the
It's-
yard and no way to take
go.
it to the lake.
Oh.
Because we don't have a
You're waiting
hitch
for the
on
flood.
car.
She was waiting for the flood.
I tried.
I think we all
I
are,
tried.
Yeah.
Okay, dude.
And I'm ready for it.
Bring it.
Bring it on.
We need
So
a
we're
bath.
prepared if there is a flood.
Hey, what's your thought on? I might need to bring us up a little too, Audie. What's your thought on RFK's move to join Trump?
I'm not an RFK fan. I am definitely not a Trump fan.
I know that, but I didn't know you weren't an RFK fan. Why not?
Because I don't like showmen. I don't like showy show-offs.
Okay.
And I perceive a lot of that.
From RFK?
Yeah.
Huh.
So,
Do you think it matters what a politician says at all? Or do you think it's just all lies and they pick something that they say that they think's going to land with their base and then they just do whatever the hell they want?
what people say matters far less to me than what they do, how they behave.
Sure.
And so I put behavior and respect for others, love for others.
Right.
That's high for me. And people who,
That's going to rule Trump out, obviously.
yeah.
But
I
as
think he's, and I don't blame Trump. I blame society. You know, that's.
well, he's a symptom of
he's
something already
he's
going
the
on.
pinnacle. He's
Yeah.
the poster boy of a lot of bad behavior that I believe has been going on. So,
I understand that.
yeah.
I'm surprised that you didn't like RFK though, with some of his policy and some of his candid requests for. And I know he's got a personal bone to pick with his, the family members being assassinated. So he obviously wants a lot of declassification to happen. And even if it's selfish, like I want that too. I think the government ought to declassify a lot. I don't know how many thousands of documents a day we declassify, but it's in insane numbers. It's basically, whether it's even sensitive or not, we just classify everything.
I'm just not a fan of rock stars leading things in my life, right?
Why do you think he's
There's
a rock star?
Entertainment and just
See, I don't get that vibe from him.
showiness to him.
Really? See, I don't feel that.
And I'll be quite honest, I haven't spent a lot of time really paying attention to him. It's just what I have.
Do you think it's a showiness about him or a showiness about the Kennedy name?
Maybe a little both. And I think
Brad's a
I'm
low
not gonna
talker.
speak
I
for
gotta
him.
put that mic up.
You can move it closer to him. I'm fairly loud.
I know you are.
I know. Voice.
So one of the things I picked up, and I kind of set a couple years ago, I think I surprised Rick and some of his buddies one evening when we were well with the cases. I shared my disdain for Mr. Trump.
This happened when?
A couple years ago at one of our moto events.
And y'all been friends for a decade or so? And nobody suspected
About
this?
6 years, yeah. No, but the reason I gave was he reminds me a lot of my father on his worst behavior. And my dad's cockiness, and he also was in office at the county level.
Sure.
Tried to make a run for state government back in the 90s, but just really showy, always trying to be somebody that he's not. And I'm just like, from day one, I recognized my dad on his worst days. Yep, that's all the same kind of attitude and behavior out of Mr. Trump.
That's an interesting perspective.
Yeah.
Sure.
And Dad, that way he was in his behavior, that led him down the path. He was incarcerated for a while, and a lot of that was the pressure of a failed campaign.
Sure.
Again, trying to
I couldn't imagine.
be something.
Can you
bigger.
imagine, like, running a campaign
Oh man.
at all?
Yeah.
But I don't.
Do you remember the campaign? Like,
Oh yeah, I helped some with it.
Really?
I was in
How-
I was in college at the time.
college, okay.
So
What is that like, running a political campaign?
well, the day or the way Dad ran it, I don't think he could apply. No, but prison humbled him quite a bit. I mean, he still had his demons coming out of it.
Yeah.
But really a changed man after being brought down.
Is
like
he
that.
still around?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm up there every couple of weeks and weekends, and help take care of stuff for
You're
him.
gonna do it again, right?
He's getting near.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to make some different arrangements.
Could- I guess my question would be, like, even if you didn't like somebody personally, though, would you be able to recognize if you liked their policy? Could you separate those things?
To an extent, because the way you behave and the way you treat others, that's going to affect your policy eventually, no matter what's on the surface. So it's kind of like, when you hire people for your company or organization. I'm a strong believer in this. You don't hire employees, you hire believers in the organization. Because what a believer will do is, it doesn't matter what the role is. When shit hits the fan, you will pick up the broom and you'll sweep the floor. You will do whatever it takes because you believe in that thing. So that's why it's one of the reasons I put character and belief system and behavior higher at my list than policy.
Okay, so you're
Because
saying,
when it hits the fan, policy will go up.
you're saying because of this person's personality, I don't care what they say, this is how they will behave.
Policy, and I believe, just like a lot of politicians go down that path, is the policy just flies with the wind.
Sure.
And
Is this the first cogent, coherent, rational, calm
Yeah.
argument against Trump you've ever heard?
Yeah.
The only one?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like an ASMR argument.
ASM argument.
I'm trying to make new friends here.
No, that was real. Like
No.
that sound
Yeah,
like.
I don't have anything to
No.
to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why can't the talking heads say something like that?
Who do you want in your foxhole with you? You know, when everything goes to pot or whatever, and you just need somebody to depend on and have your back or whatever. Do you want some loudmouth asshole in that foxhole with you, or do you want a buddy who's going to do whatever it takes in your best interest?
Honestly, what you're saying in the way that it applies to Trump is something kind of I was telling Brad earlier is why I felt better whenever RFK or whatever endorsed Trump, because I feel like I don't like his policies, you know, as you know, him being like a lifelong Democrat, but I like where he's at. I think he's a more morally sound person than Trump is, you know. I think he's a little humanized by his like rough past. I know he's been in trouble or had like his issues, you know, with like, you know, drugs and stuff like that. And seeing somebody like having dealt with that and then like overcome it, I feel like that's a big humanizing thing to me to see. You know, I feel like where Trump, you know, he's never had a drop of alcohol, never had a whatever, you know, a little less humanizing. But yeah, so it's really interesting to me that RFK, you still feel like maybe he's a little bit like Trump in some ways, like what his personality rubs you wrong.
Yeah.
See, I don't see that about RFK at all.
Me
and I've
neither,
watched
really.
a lot of
Yeah,
them.
I definitely obviously
And
see
I will,
with Trump. I see
I
that's
will
Trump.
commit this to all three of you. I am not well educated on RFK.
I was
Okay.
hoping
Really
nobody asked
Okay.
me a question because I was about to say.
What is the square root of 9 to the nth power?
To do
Solve
who?
for n. What?
To do who?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have watched a lot of RFK. I know you watched the Rogan,
Mhm.
and that was the first time I'd really listened to him. And then because of that, then I listened to him. He was on Flagrant. He was on
Right.
Theo Vaughn.
Uh-huh.
He was on Tucker. So I've listened to a lot of what he has to say. Kind of like Audie was saying, I'm not a fan of his more liberal politics, but he's very much, you know, decentralized federal government, which is one of my
You've challenged me without thinking that you were challenging me, maybe, but yeah, I'm going to go study RFK more. I'm not educated.
I don't know if you ever have a good opportunity to listen to like a long form podcast, but the one he did with Rogan was really good.
I'm not a Rogan fan, so I haven't been listening to Rogan.
But RFK does most of the talking. Like
Yeah.
it's just like I see. You don't have to be a Rogan fan to like appreciate the guests he has on. Like
Sure.
I'm not a huge Rogan fan either, but like he's not the star of his own show, and I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Like I don't watch the show for Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
You know, I watch it for like Theo Vaughn's on or somebody I like is on just to hear that person speak. But like I couldn't just listen. Like if Joe did a solo show, you know, kind of like Nicole does, where he just talks, like I wouldn't listen to it. I don't even think he's that funny. His latest special was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
But yeah, I invite you to just hear him out on
Yeah.
some things, and
Well.
let's reconvene, because I'm interested in your
You've given me homework.
thoughts for real. And that was a good takedown of Trump. Like that was very rational. I just don't understand why. I feel like there are no good arguments against Trump because the people arguing against them are foaming at the mouth when they do so. Like TBS is so strong. It's like once I can have a talk with somebody from the left until we start talking about Trump, and then it's like they become irrational and just can't even.
You know, and it's interesting, and I've heard this from others who would support Trump. I see a whole lot of the opposite of that, the other direction. Just the violent disdain coming from, you know, the Republican camp that I used to be
Sure. Yeah.
an active member of.
Yeah,
my
yeah.
life. So.
No, I do see a lot of that too.
And there's another aspect. It's so.
That's fair.
The GOP is not my grandfather's grand old party.
No.
My grandfather was a beloved public servant, strong Republican. Whether it's those in my family or my friends, I feel a lot of what I see in the Republican Party today. You're shitting on the memory of my grandfather.
Sure.
And
I agree with that.
yeah, so,
I hate the Republican Party.
That's something that I hold deep with.
I also feel like, as somebody who used to identify as a Democrat in the 90s,
Yeah.
am disgusted with the Democrats. And I'm like, I have no inkling of what this is anymore. And now I find
Yeah.
myself
I
more on the
grew up,
right.
Republicans were supposed to be, the conservative party, what common sense, whatever that is, but rational thinkers, not the
Emotional.
liberal psychos.
Right,
And,
well-
and for me, what I've seen in my 57 years now is, wow, the flip has happened. There's nothing conservative about this party anymore,
Where do you get your media from? Like, what do you watch? Where do you get your news?
I get a variety. So every morning, I just listen to whatever Google tells me to listen to, and
That's the problem, Brett.
So I get MSNBC, CNN, Fox is on there. I listen to that.
Can I
None
ask
of
a
these are
question?
good.
Is
Go ahead.
that the Hey Google Start My Day? Is that
Yes,
Okay.
that's exactly.
Okay,
Do you
yeah.
listen to that too?
Well, I have in the past. So
Mhm.
it's like you ask the hub, and it just gives you. It's like
So-
4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah,
of
yeah,
news
and then you can
and
go
all
in
that
and you
stuff.
can pick the ones
Right,
if you want to
right.
add or chase. So what is it, BBC and some of the foreign press.
So
I get a
every
variety.
single thing you've named is a biased left-wing media
Well,
outlet.
of course we are.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like you're seeing one-sided propaganda. Like even Fox News is not to me the truth.
Oh no.
Like, dude, you got to cut
Fox
that
has
shit out.
admitted they're not the truth. They had to pay for it.
You need to find you a podcast, brother. And it ain't this one. Don't ever listen or watch this one.
Actually, who has time for it? Between me, I'm like, I'm in
Well, yeah,
season
yeah,
2
it's-
of yours now. And yours are stinking 2 hours every time.
What a fucking treat for you to have 2 hours of entertainment to jerk off to, Brad.
Special treat.
And I know you're rewatching.
So special.
Well, you know what? When Brad comes on by himself, I'm going to make it a 20-minute episode. That's how interesting he'll be to me.
It's horrible. You can't say that.
I just did. Bitching about how long they are, we'll make it brief.
I want to go back and hang out with your wife more tonight. We were having a good conversation.
You can have her.
And get abused.
She told me that in so many words.
Don't doubt it.
Shots fired.
No, so yeah, I think the RFK thing is fantastic. I think it's really unifying. And I think unless you're honestly rooting for like the Kamala party, like I feel like it's a beautiful thing. I think it's humbling for Trump to accept somebody.
I think it humanizes Trump, man. Like
Because
the fact that
RFK's
somebody like
name
that
has-
would extend like olive branch kind of thing,
Because
Like,
nobody's talking about Trump.
yeah.
They're talking about RFK.
Yeah.
And like Trump's ego is kind of taking a second seat. I think it took a
I always
lot
find
of...
that
And then Tulsi
interesting
Gabbard too. Yeah, I mean,
when
yeah, I mean,
when people, and I'll confess my disdain towards, MAGA flags and the waving, just the brashness, and they're like, well, you just go fly your liberal, so and so flag, and I'm like, no, I don't. I don't champion anybody. I just, I feel like I'm kind of that former insider on the outside now, and like, dudes, you have really screwed up what I used to believe in,
Yeah, but I would argue,
I think the left pushes the right for the right, like with like the patriotic stuff, like with the MAGA and like the like all like the the U.S. flag and stuff, which I'm 100% behind. But I feel like the more that people on the left are like, we're an imperfect country. We have a lot of racist policies that still exist and stuff like that. I feel like that makes people on the right like more.
Well, it's a focus on our faults and not acknowledging at all how far we've come.
Yeah.
It's like, man, look how far we've come as a country. Yeah. Yes, we were those things, but we're not anymore.
Yeah,
can we not celebrate?
Because it's sad that the flag is like a sign of the right now. You know what I mean? Right. It's like if you have a U.S. flag and someone's like, "Oh, you're a Republican," it's like that shouldn't be like that. Having
you're following shit in the UK, aren't you?
Oh, my
censorship
gosh.
going on over there, arresting people for.
I'd like a 12-year-old as recently for sharing like memes about like like anti-protest or whatever.
And we thought
you mentioned the flag too and things like that. To me, that's where my mind naturally goes now.
Yeah,
and I count that as just another another thing that I'm angry about.
Well, hold on.
Is this craziness of brash flag or die, kind of stuff, and I'm like, well, now you've robbed that from me too. This respectful kind of thing.
How true.
Brad's a sharp dude. That's why I wanted him on for a while.
Yeah,
he's
like
very eloquent in the way he argues.
So my faith has been screwed up by this nonsense. My politics, my respect of country and everything. It's like it's been hijacked by.
I know.
People are just showing the worst of themselves. They're letting the demon out now, and I'm like, that's not what I was taught to believe.
I know. It sucks. I think it's by design. I think the polarization.
I 100% agree.
I think that's by design, dude. Make them fight amongst
themselves.
Because I very much believe
that's why it's clicks.
An elitist class. I believe in like a class warfare more than any sort of left versus right stuff. I think it's really
You added me to the list.
Two sides of the same coin.
What do we got here?
Hey, I'm this guy.
Brad, nice to meet you.
Are you
Not the only
your name?
Jason.
Jason, you're not another Brad?
I'm not another Brad.
It is.
Hi, I'm Kim.
Kim, yes.
Enough Brads.
Hello,
Audie. Yeah.
I'm Kim. Nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Are you gonna let me sit there?
Hey, well, I hope so. I try really hard. I try really hard to be likable.
Hi, Kim.
What do you mean? That
Hi.
she'd like Audie?
I'm gonna sit with you and him.
Why wouldn't you?
I'm gonna sit with you and him because apparently that's where I end up. So.
Is it where you would just naturally end up?
You're gonna have to fight the dog.
Yeah.
Himmet, I'm gonna sit with you, buddy.
Oh, that's the dog thing. Himmet?
Yeah.
Himmet.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So Brad was in here eloquently taking down.
You have the heat on.
No, I just turned the
do not
AC
put
off
your
because he's a
alcohol
low
back
talker.
there,
So you
ever.
gotta.
Oh.
Apparently, this is the hot seat.
This is the hot seat?
It is right
Himmet
now.
does not want to sit with me.
You come in here looking
Sorry,
like Crocodile
Himmet.
Dundee, son. You
You want a knife? That's a knife.
Listen.
What happened to that franchise, Green? We could have done with a 3, right?
The guy died, didn't he?
Oh, did he?
Crocodile Dundee died?
I don't know.
Stingray.
I'm making shit
But,
up.
yeah.
Dundee died.
The Stingray guy died.
The
I was kidding.
crocodile.
I was kidding.
You're mixing your...
Steve Irwin.
Missing your Australian.
No, like the
Okay.
crocodile.
Just because they say
hunter
crikey doesn't mean like... like the... Steve Irwin got fucking shanked with a...
I know.
He remembered the name we couldn't.
Here's the deal.
Dude,
Steve
he was
Irwin
my
would have
idol.
died. Like he would have lived if he hadn't taken
Pulled
the
it out,
stick and
right?
pulled it out.
Right.
He died in
What a rookie
2021.
mistake! You get stabbed, you leave it in,
Yeah.
Or Steven.
and then you go to the
Test
hospital.
spouse or-
You should have pushed
Do you
it through.
remember?
Or left it in place. No.
Were you still watching South Park when that
That's
happened?
definitely not.
Oh yeah.
So like
yeah.
literally the next
Satan had
episode.
his birthday party
and the costume party.
and somebody they're like too soon.
Too soon.
yeah,
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
And that was literally there, like they were talking about doing the joke to the writers' room, and everybody was like, "No, it's too soon," and like we'll put it in the show.
I want you girls to know, this microphone picks up every last little word that you say.
What did
No,
we
it
say?
does.
Oh, I know.
It does.
What did we
Because
say?
I heard every last little word
But
that
we
you said.
didn't
On the
say
last
Apparently we
one.
gossiped a lot at the end.
But we
So
didn't
much.
say
So
anything.
much. I didn't even listen
So
to them.
much.
Can you hear it?
What
Well,
did we say?
I
You have to
couldn't.
know
I
what they're
didn't
saying
pick up
in
on
order
it,
to,
but
like,
he told me
hear
some
it.
things, and I was like, I
And I
really
did.
said that.
she's telling some stories, and I knew exactly what stories she was telling because I either
That's what
experienced them
happened.
or had heard them previously.
That's
He
what
said
happened.
that he only knew what I was saying because he knew what I was saying.
So it kind of keyed him into the language and whatnot. But the night I got my hair cut, me and Jordan were back there on one mic, and I had the other one in here, and so it was Stillwell, Larry, and Nathan, and they were whispering. But the mic was on, so you could hear every single word. I've got them in headphones. I was like, I got to cut all of this. I had to cut out 10 minutes of that episode.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it makes a difference if you're wearing headphones.
Yes.
Whenever I have my AirPods on and I'm listening to the episode, I'm like, they're like, I can hear what you're saying.
I didn't even, I mean, I watched it and I didn't pick up on any of it. And he's like, oh, you and Nicole were gossiping at the end. I was like, were we?
She's like, what were you talking about?
You were talking about this, and this,
oh, yeah.
and this. It was nothing for you. It was more me. Nope, I cannot hold it. I told Jason I am not holding that tonight.
Not tonight.
Nope, I brought my water.
You had quite a few beers out of this eagle the other night.
She had sips. They were
She had a
partial.
lot of Yeah, she said she was like not filling it up, and
So,
she was
yeah,
dumping
you-
it on my computer. That's
No, I
right.
did not do computer.
That's what she
It
said.
wasn't near the.
It was not a
It was
full
fuck
beer.
yeah.
I might have faked full beers, but they did not get dumped on
You
your
fake orgasms?
No.
So
They did not get dumped on your computer.
I know.
There was just a tiny bit that I was like, I don't want this in here anymore.
how do you know Brad? I always ask everybody that I
We know
have not
each
met
other.
before.
I'm so
I wanna
glad
hear how
you
you
asked.
answer
That way
this.
I don't have to.
He asked you.
You came up and introduced yourself to me.
I did. At Rick.
Like
so
a wiki
Rick's
board
birthday
or
party.
Rick Owens, who's been on my pod, he's one of my dad's oldest friends. They've been friends since kindergarten. So he had a 65th birthday party a few months ago, and I went out, took the boys just to support Rick and
65th.
65th,
65th.
and met Brad there that night. Had a good conversation with him. I was like, I like this guy, and we've been dirt biking out there ever since.
Yeah.
Me and my youngest one, well, youngest two, and so we've been running into each other every
9 years old, loving the dirt bikes.
9 and already into it, yeah.
Mhm.
Anyway, we connected out there, and we do a lot of texting, hitting it up, and he finally decided to pull the trigger to get out here tonight. I think he's glad he did.
I am glad so far.
Oh, it can only get worse, and it will get worse. It will go to shit here.
It definitely gets
Wait,
worse.
that's why those two shouldn't sit together.
It's like a pernicious thing. I feel like we should switch.
I'm sorry, we were still on Crocodile
On
Dundee.
Crocodile, he died at 84.
He did not die.
He's
He's still alive and he's 84.
He lives. He is 84.
Hold on, is he really
Paul
still alive?
Hogan, and he's still
He
alive.
is
Paul
alive.
Hogan.
He's 84. He was born in
Okay, I also
1939.
thought,
you looking at me.
I thought he was
Oh
dead
yeah, I
too,
was
Jason.
looking at a different person. Sorry.
Thought he was dead.
I knew that name didn't sound familiar, but I didn't know the name well enough to tell you who it was. But
Oh,
now that I see
look,
Paul Hogan,
So
that
if any of your
guy's even a
students-
totally different color.
that's not him.
That was the Aborigine that was in Crocodile.
It's
Dundee.
Hey Kim, can you get me like an email list of all your students?
No.
The fuck?
Absolutely not.
Well, it's worth an ask.
Maybe their parents.
What are you trying to
No, I
poach
would
my
not.
guess?
I don't even
I was
know
gonna
what the
send them all a
context is
link.
for
I was
that.
gonna send them a link to their teacher's podcast.
No.
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 She didn't want her name in the
I told him he couldn't put my name. I don't want to be Googleable.
Is
Google.
that
That's
a t-shirt
fair.
you made?
That is a t-shirt.
Unfriendly.
Oh, you made this
Do
one?
not touch.
Correct. I made and it's a picture of
Is
Medusa.
I
Oh,
like this.
Medusa.
Maybe I need that.
I was on the Cthulhu
Good.
track.
That's
I
good.
thought it was Cthulhu.
I mean, it could be. What? Don't
How many hours a week do you spend making t-shirts?
How many hours
Be
a
honest.
week?
Yeah.
Like passive aggressive ones or real ones for customers?
All.
Like a lot.
Yeah, I know.
Do you have
Every
like
time
a
I text you,
screen
you're like,
print,
I'm making a
like
t-shirt.
screen?
Like I have
It's-
the vinyl.
It's a
thing.
vinyl press.
Yeah. I will be ordering my big press to do like mugs and everything. Yeah. I have a funny story about that passive aggressive shirt, by the way.
Which passive aggressive? You have several.
The one about the guy who cut me off in traffic. Turns out his name's not even Richard, so I wasted a shirt. His name's not even Richard. So.
But you know his name and he cut you off in traffic?
Well, it's a long story.
Oh,
Tell it.
okay.
I tell people
That's
stop
why we're
being
here.
a Richard all the time.
Well, then I shortened it to Dick on my shirt.
Yeah,
Of course you did, but Dick can apply to anybody.
But see, I also like
Yeah.
if I'm just like stop being a Richard, so I take the Dick and I like make it into the Richard part.
So, you got 10 minutes. I'll tell the story real quick about what happened. So, lately,
We're 28 minutes in. Just
4 people in the past 10 days have really pissed me off, right? 4 people. And there's been instances where I can't, like, retaliate. And so I'm just, like, having to, like, so I stewed about this shit and I made the t-shirt for the guy cutting me off in traffic. We kind of work out of the same hub doing this one little side gig thing. Anyway, so 4 people pissed me off in the past 10 days, and my only revenge that I could do was to do an entire show about it. But how in the world would they hear about my show, you might ask? Because I did the show, released it at 4:20, and then I went and bombarded their social media and like 50 things. That way they would be directed to my Facebook page.
With your show linked right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
so you could then have them listen to you
But
bitching about them.
Yes!
But
I
if
like
you
it.
make vinyl, you should
And I
make a
make
vinyl
money off
sticker to
of
go
it.
on your
No,
car.
thank you.
Oh, I'm going to.
Okay.
Don't be a... Well, it turns out his name's not even Richard, it's
Are you
John.
the reason why he does that?
What are you talking about?
No, our friend Ashley got us something.
The lime?
Yeah.
The lime?
The
Yeah.
lime, yeah.
The lime and
I'm trying to be more alkaline, bro. You should try.
Oh no, it's nothing to do with that. Ashley Perkins was on. She put some lime in the beer, and I was like, I'd heard about doing that with like Coronas and stuff, but she's like, it makes a difference. So I tried it, and I was like, man, that really does make a light beer spruce a little.
Heard the line
So I
and
started
shake
doing
it
it.
on up. There's a song about it.
Yeah, fire that up,
Used to
Audie.
come on as
Fire it
well.
up. Look at it.
You won't go
Put
back.
the
You know,
You
fuck
won't
it.
go
I don't
back.
even know what type of beer this is. I'll put some lime in there. What is it?
Where's your LGBTQIA plus koozie?
That's this is a trash panda.
Well, I thought he was gonna bring your koozie because he was talking about it, but apparently
He didn't bring
It's in there. It's in the ice. It's in the cooler.
I have 3 of the OGs somehow.
Oh,
Yeah, and I
nice.
had, you know what? I finally got an OG back.
It's
Stillwell brought me another OG, and
I'm
he
not
goes,
farting.
she's not even listening to me. I feel so...
Stillwell brought back an
Emasculated?
OG.
No, I don't want to talk
Duder?
now.
He's
No,
mad
he-
because I'm not giving him one.
No, but for real, he brought me another one as a back. He's like, I brought you a backup, and then I didn't have one to give to Brad, so I gave it to him. So if Brad dies mysteriously and the koozie is gone, it wasn't me.
You
To
need put a
save
bounty
his
out
life.
for like
To
koozies.
save his life,
talk.
I will give you one of mine, just to save your life, though.
That was an act of kindness. I do want
Yeah,
one
I
of those
will.
back.
So I
You
will
don't
take-
fucking need 3.
I will take my stash down to 2.
How did you
need to
end
stay
up
in
with
line.
3?
He
Probably.
said that Kim would like you, so.
Former Who Scout. I
Why
have
would
ways.
somebody tell anyone that they would like Audie?
Because I didn't know if I was
I
coming
liked
or
him,
not.
so immediately I would feel like she would.
Wait, were you on with him?
Yeah.
Which one? Oh, the Will Hart.
Part 2.
Will Harding. Yeah, that's right.
I didn't know if
The
I was
big
coming.
difference.
Did I tell you the story he said about...
Because after last week I said I was never coming again.
Did you really?
What happened last week?
Wait, who did you tell this
What
to?
happened
Him
last week?
or me?
I want to know
I
what
was like, I haven't
happened.
talked to you
I
since
just was
then.
real drunk.
Y'all were obnoxious.
You
That,
are
and I don't like to be obnoxious. I was like, I'm going to avoid being obnoxious, so just not go back.
You hold this for me.
Nope, I will not. Nicole can hold it. How about Jason?
It was the Eagles' fault.
It was.
Let's be fair. Brad, she was just slammed, and then she would go,
Oh, okay. I have a story to tell about your call.
Oh, please do.
So, okay.
So it's getting good, Brad.
You posted the episode on Thursday, and I actually left school early that day, and I got home, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna chill before we go see a movie tonight, and Jason's not gonna be home, like whatever. And so I watched the episode that you posted, and I'm watching the caca and all the things in the episode. And then we went to the movie theater. We went to see The Crow.
Ooh, how was that?
It was good. It was good.
Pause. We'll talk.
But I we have the AMC stub
We're getting hot
thing,
now.
so we just go see whatever, whenever. And the guy scans my movie ticket, and then he scans Jason's, and he looks at me and he goes, caw, and I was like, oh shit, this guy
she looks at
already
me. She's
saw
like,
it.
Jason, I can't.
I can't. Like, Brad's got to take it down. And then I realized that he was talking about we're going to see the crow.
Oh my god.
And he's going to come off the crow.
But we both thought he was like, and she's like,
You thought
fuck this. If the movie theater guy saw me doing the cacaw, I'm over it.
Hey,
Not
Jason, imagine if somebody wanted to see pictures of your naked feet.
I know.
I'm safe.
You heard about that, right?
Because I haven't done
That's so
it.
funny.
You heard about that, though?
What?
So
But
one,
he
Oh
looked me
my
in the
God.
eye
about
to
Tim?
call
Tim
me.
Felple, we talked
Talking about
Terrifying.
Stillwell?
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
Still, he was like,
He put his
Tim wants
No,
to see Stillwell.
Tim
no,
wanted to see Nathan
Stillwell
fight.
put his naked foot up on top of a beer can in our
Size
episode.
12.
We did it for Tim, and we haven't
They
heard
did
from
not
you,
want size
Tim.
12.
We did it for you, pal. Just reach out to us. We want to talk about the feet. So
Yeah.
he's the
We
guy.
can get in touch with Jason
not-
Stillwell.
Give
Us
it
is
Brad.
not cumulative here.
Yeah.
Reach out to
When he
him.
says we, he means royal. Like, not
But
everybody.
I sent Nathan a link to like the comments because he
Is
was
that
making
your
comments
drink?
about
It
Nathan,
is.
and he was like, "I can't do this.
You had a big drink.
Like I can't come on the pod anymore." Like it weirded him out.
My feet feel him.
Nathan.
Nathan Carter. He's married to Stillwell's ex-wife. That's how that works. He was
They're like,
on Cardinal
Amicable?
Cast. He was the one that
Okay.
kept threatening to leave. That we talk shit about a lot.
is he amicable with?
In love.
In love.
In love. Amicable. Yeah, he's a good guy. Great guy. What?
So him and Stillwell are okay with each other?
Yeah, it's a very
Oh,
peaceable,
That's good. That's good.
workable thing.
This-
Good people. But then somebody started wanting to see his feet in beer cans, and it weirded him out. It's like,
Well, yeah.
kind of like if somebody
You know
had actually
what?
said cacao based on
Yeah. I was like,
Although I did get
Public
recognized
is public
in
is
Madison
public
County,
does, man.
was the
You
first
can't-
time I got recognized by somebody I didn't know. When these guys got out of the truck to tow
I
us
have a
out.
selfie from
and he's like, I saw a girl go cacaw in your
No,
podcast.
this was before that. It was when we got stuck out in Madison County. These guys came up to like tow us out, and he was like, "You the podcast guy?"
Oh, yeah.
It's like, wow.
And you don't have a sticker on your truck or anything.
Wow. Well, he was friends with Ashley, who'd been a guest on it. He probably saw it through her, but it was still kind of
You have a very
unsettling.
distinctive look.
Like what?
Like
An
a,
asshole.
Like a redneck.
A beard and a hat.
So
like a preppy little mountain man.
the preppy mountain man.
Wait.
A well cut
What's
beard with a
preppy
hat.
about him?
It's got,
It's beard
No,
is
I
well
wanna-
cut.
it's got interesting.
I can show you a not so preppy beard.
The only reason that his beard is kept is because someone put a literal straight razor to his fucking neck.
And threatened my life.
And you need a T-shirt that says "Preppy Little Mountain Man."
Yes.
I
It
know,
sounds like a Mumford and Sons
Also-
I
song.
know somebody.
I do too.
Also,
If she could stop making passive
can we
aggressive
lay
shit.
off the Jason gay jokes? Like I've
Who
reviewed
said
some
you
of
were
this shit.
gay?
Well, he rewatching some
like,
episodes.
I have
he
reviewed
was
this.
like,
Of
they're
course, I
backing
was
pretty
too
hard on
too
me.
screwed up. Like I was way too screwed up to like notice it at the time.
When you
But I
were
was like,
gay?
yes.
No, yeah, yes, sister. No, no. Like while I was on here, I was like, there's a lot of.
It's just undertones.
He's like, they're backing on me a lot.
I know. It's like
I've
I'm,
never picked up on
Teabag.
that.
Like I'm a sidewalk sissy. I can do handyman shit around the house.
If he
Fuck
has
y'all.
to.
Anyway, moving on.
If we
Well,
have to.
From now on, we'll make all the gay jokes about Brad.
I knew that
It
was.
starts with a hat.
And we're going to throw darts at him. You knew this.
No.
No, seriously, the true
That
story. I
might
asked
draw
Brad
blood.
to come on
We
a long
shouldn't
time
do
ago, and he was
that.
like, "No, you're just gonna bring me on to
Throw
throw
darts
darts at me for being a liberal."
Oh, we're
It's
all
like,
liberal.
I'd
Oh
never-
no.
I'd never
You're
do
liberal?
that.
Audie, are you liberal?
Oh goodness.
No, I
It's a
no.
mixed bag in here.
No, but I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But no,
I'm not asking that. I just asked what you are.
No, no.
You sure are defensive for
No,
someone who
no,
isn't
no,
one.
No.
Okay.
No.
Are
I
you
like
sure?
everybody. No.
That's like
Could you-
I don't like all the
I have
labels.
heard.
I agree.
Are you sure? You really stammered over that yes or no question. So are you sure with your answer? Is that your final answer?
Kim and Jason need to be the ones farthest away from the mics.
Final answer, for sure.
Okay.
Why? Because we.
Y'all's voices carry very well.
Mine does not normally.
I am far away from the mic.
I know, but it picks you up well because you have a projecting voice.
I do not have a projecting
I
voice.
do scream
Very
whenever I
demure
coach.
in my delivery, I feel
Yeah.
like.
I scream all the time.
She's
From the
demure.
diaphragm.
My delivery
like
is
the-
very
right here.
demure.
Yeah. It's very
And then
different.
like the middle of my soul. Like,
So,
it's just like.
My natural voice is not loud, but
Your drunk voice is.
living with him, or people who like
Don't respect you as a
teacher.
woman.
No, not that, but teachers in general talk over. Like teachers are the worst of talking over each other. So if I don't get loud, I don't get hurt.
You don't get hurt. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
So-
And
So
also.
you got teacher voice.
I get there.
Kind of.
So when
You-
you're
So
in
when I'm with Jason or with other teachers,
a
I
room
get
with a bunch
teacher
of drunk
voice.
assholes, you got to talk above them to
She
get hurt.
just did it.
Like this room
Yeah,
just
I
now.
know.
Here's a sad thing though, like she lives
say
in
that.
the
I
house
know
with me
she
all the
is.
time, so whenever I'm like blah 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 blah, and she can hear her own voice, but I can't hear it.
Yeah,
because
he
it's a
can't
process.
ever hear me in the
She's
house.
like, and I'm like, what? She's
Like I
like,
was
she goes,
screaming.
I was like, I can't hear a fucking word you're saying. She's like,
Yeah.
I said, you son of a bitch.
Damn,
You know?
son, that hurt me over here.
Yeah,
Anyway.
you should not do that.
I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
a lot of times she can hear me, I can't hear her.
Let's get to know Brad.
I think you can only hear me
Let's-
because I'm
let's do
sitting
50
right
questions
here.
with Brad.
50 Christmas bread.
Brad's gonna go relieve himself.
Oh.
Well,
What
Do
timing?
you stand or sit?
Wow.
You gotta.
I mean, it's 50 questions. I'm asking the first one.
49 left. Good luck, sir.
That was a good question.
I mean, you said you're going. I thought I would throw the question.
Go pee.
I'm so embarrassed I didn't catch that at the moment you said that.
Yeah,
That's
right.
hilarious.
Don't answer until you come back.
Yeah.
Keep them guessing.
Keep him guessing. Tease it.
Well, the reason I gotta pee is because your wife kept me for 2 hours out in the dark.
Wow, this guy with the.
Bang bang.
Man.
Shots fired.
Okay.
Oh,
Cool.
my God.
Sensors on.
We're all gonna listen now.
Yeah.
This video so
You can just listen and tell if it's a stand or sit, right?
Yes.
Everybody thinks
Uh,
oddly.
yeah, no,
Oddly.
yes. Yes, for a couple of reasons. Yeah. Hey, Audie, take that microphone and
Which one?
I
Shove
definitely
it.
sit.
Where do you want it?
right up your ass, Kim. That's where it's going.
Whoa, whoa.
I don't deserve
Whoa.
that right
That's
now.
where it's going.
Not yet.
I don't.
You want to go?
No.
All
Never.
right. I thought we were maybe dukes up.
Why do you get the leather?
Too early
Why
for
do you
Why
get
did
the
you
leather
get so
chair?
loud?
You know what?
Exactly.
This. You know what sucks? This isn't even my chair.
Is this it?
Get this. This was like my parents splurging on a nice chair when they built their house, right? This was like my dad's recliner, and it was a really nice piece of furniture. And I was like, that's a really cool. Dad's never had a chair like that. And then one day, Mom was like, "Hey, we're getting rid of that chair, and we want to give it to Max."
And you threw it.
It's like, bro,
Like they skipped a generation.
my dad also gave me like the pocket knife he grew up with as a kid to like Theo. I was like, bro, like
So
I
all
don't get it
this-
for a little while. Like I'll give it to him eventually.
Yeah.
Like he's just like, yeah.
They're just
Yeah.
making sure
Fuck
they
you.
pass it on accordingly.
Here, son, this is yours, but I want to make sure it goes to Theo
Yeah, so
They
whenever you
said that
die.
wealth skips a generation.
But no, now I want to see the will.
Right.
Like I'm starting to get a little worried here.
I know there's just
Skip.
Well, so this is my favorite spot in the room.
Because you're not fully on camera.
yeah, you can lean out.
I was leaning
I'll
up.
teen it. I'll
Well,
put it
the
toward
reason is I have direct line of sight with Brad, and that couch. I mean, let's be honest.
It's a sinker.
It fucking sucks. I feel like I'm.
Wow,
like,
it's not
I-
There's a lot of give.
I feel
This
like
is
I'm
the
like.
podcast
It's
couch.
it's going.
The
like
whole
you sit in
podcast
there
is
and you're
built
just
on
like
this
I'm
couch.
going.
And then you're gone.
Nowhere.
Like I
I'm
feel like
going
I'm like
nowhere.
when I'm sitting in there, I'm like I can taste my
I
kneecaps
sat
because I'm
there
like
last week.
I'm in the couch.
Dude, he comes on my podcast and like fucking shreds my couch. Now
Why
I gotta
did
get a
you
new
invite
couch.
him?
You don't have to get a new couch.
Bro,
It's gonna
you're
stretch
always
out.
honest with me.
No,
If the couch
I'm saying
sucks.
this one.
No,
This
you're
one
saying
is-
that one's great.
because I
But
have
like
direct
the
line
one
of
that
sight
I-
with you.
And this couch sucks.
I hate that couch.
So I gotta get a new
But
couch.
this is the podcast couch.
But if it sucks, I gotta get a new one.
Action that has not
Or
been
maybe
in this house.
But
He
he's
said
not
you
telling
need
me
to
anything
switch
I
him.
didn't know. But I'm glad he said that. It does suck.
Maybe you need to switch them.
No, you
No,
gotta have
this
a
is a love
long-
seat.
Because if
That's-
you have a
Sorry,
guest,
Brad. We're in it together.
you have
But
a
it is a
smaller
love
couch
seat.
for your guest.
You
And
gotta
then the
have
extras are on the overflow couch.
the extras. The lessers, you mean?
The peanut gallery is on the. This guy.
I'm
Big
sorry.
No.
Never
At
had a peanut
Anytime
gallery.
that I
We
might
are
seem
the
like an
peanut
asshole
gallery.
or I've come
You
off
know I
across-
respect your opinion.
I just
It's fine.
I have nothing but truth. to
You're
give
one of
to
the
you.
only people that is ever honest with me, and I appreciate that.
So 50 questions for Brad.
Yeah.
I've already asked one. that
49 questions.
That's
I
okay.
went.
No,
I
that's
asked one that went unanswered. So apparently we all know the answer to
She
that.
was trying to listen.
We'll just rotate around.
She was trying to listen and figure it
No.
out. You lied.
She tried to put
You're
a
fucking
microphone
lying.
under the door and a camera.
When did you let the mainstream media take your soul? Exactly.
Ah.
Yikes.
I'm just kidding.
So I'm probably I don't know you, but you said you won't
You
come
got
on here because you're
47
liberal.
questions to get to know him.
One,
I'm
one of the
still
reasons
trying-
I've never come over is because I was too liberal for Brad,
Ah.
and
Somebody
I came
said
last
that in
week
my.
and I'm back.
I didn't say that.
Oh no, that's just my own opinion. I'm just saying that I never came over.
She
'cause-
since
Wow.
she wouldn't be on here the
I was
second time
judged.
if she
So I don't
I
consider myself.
amended that.
You don't consider yourself liberal?
It's like
But you
yeah.
just
One
said-
day I woke up and I'm liberal now, and I think a whole lot of the world changed around me.
Yeah.
all because you're out for the good of the people, and that makes you liberal.
So I try to live by that tenet. You know the term manifesto, right?
Mhm.
So my manifesto, if you will, is, and here's what I believe a manifesto to be. In a nutshell, it's how you commit to behave no matter the circumstance. So when it hits the fan, or whether it's good, roses and lollipops, whatever, this is how I will be. This
You're
is what I
steady.
believe in.
Yeah.
Well, I'm far from steady, but
But your belief
that's
is
what
steady.
that's what I will
regardless.
strive for. Is
Okay.
yeah, yes. So my manifesto, if you will, is I try, fail a lot. I try to behave in a way that is in the best interest of everyone around me. Okay, I
So you're a people pleaser.
exactly.
Well, I'm right there with you.
Healthy
I get
and
it.
unhealthy
Yes,
sides of
yes,
it.
yes.
But that
I
healthy
am the
side
same.
is, yeah, I want what's best for you. I
Even
value
if it's
you.
at the cost of my own sacrifice or my
Yeah.
own benefit, whatever's best for you. Yes, I get that.
So that shapes my thought process, my decisions I make, the guilt that comes afterward when I fail at trying to be that way, and yeah.
I had guilt after I came here last Friday. Only
Sounds like
because
it.
I was like, I spoke too much. I said too many things. I gave away too much of my own opinion because I don't normally voice my own opinions. I wait and just let everyone else have theirs.
Yes, sir.
That's
This
yours.
is this is
Yes,
the
ma'am.
platform for that.
It is, but
It's just still not
There's-
comfortable.
there's zero benefit for me to have my opinion and people agree with my opinion. Like, I just need to have my opinion, and I just have it. I don't need people to agree with it.
Yeah.
And so I don't normally voice it because of that.
Yes, sir.
And so, because this is a good platform for it, it still doesn't answer the whatever. And so if I come on and I speak whatever and I say
Yeah.
whatever, I'm like, shit, I said way too much.
So can we unspool why you thought, like, you were hesitant to come here because you thought there was going to be darts thrown at you? Like that's the part that I want to get to the
Oh,
heart
he
of.
throws them at me every time. It's fine.
I would like to.
Even in
No,
person.
I mean,
Like, out of it.
even said in jest, I want to kind of unspool what that meant. I know that you were probably kidding whenever you said that.
So
but I want to see what
Sure,
you meant.
he was.
I want to see what you meant by it.
I have not seen the darkness review.
Well, sure, yeah, but like you obviously meant something whenever
Well,
you're like.
darks don't have to be literal
Because-
darks either.
Because of the 1 or 2 podcasts I'd seen of yours at the time, it's obvious to me. Hey, I'm already in deep GOP land, but this would,
Sure.
oozing from the walls kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I just assumed, hell yeah, we'll go ahead and have a good time, and I'll just sit here and be your punching bag. So.
Well, I will say that I am one of the most liberal people I know.
Mhm.
He is not as liberal as I am. He's gotten more liberal over the past 5 years. We've been married for 26
Where
years.
things have shifted away from where I.
On the
always
way
standed.
here, he told me that I would really like this guy. In my brain, I'm like, oh, he must have the same views as me because of the setting I'm going into. I just assumed you would not, that you would be more liberal.
So hold on.
So hold on, no, let me finish.
Yeah.
So just walking in, I'm like, oh, I was really surprised that you aren't liberal because he said I would really like you. So that goes to show something that I don't choose people based on their political views. Like, I'm going to like somebody just because I like somebody.
But
I
you
like this
expected
guy.
to
We're
like
obviously
him.
real opposites.
So I know I have 48
So,
more coming my way, but I want to ask you a question.
okay.
Okay. Why do you consider yourself a liberal? Or why do you consider yourself liberal?
Because I want people to be happy regardless of what they think. Like, I don't care what what someone else's views are on, say, abortion or whatever that individual person needs to do. I want them to be able to do it.
Yeah.
I don't want there to be a government saying that they can only do this.
So
or that.
libertarian.
Okay.
Right now, the liberals are the most pro-government people on the planet.
I don't know enough.
More government.
I'm going to be
Bigger
really
government.
honest. I don't
More
know enough
government
about
involved.
politics or keep up with politics enough
Okay.
to be able to say if I'm liberal or libertarian.
Yeah, I wish we had
So-
done some of the stuff after the pod,
Yeah.
on the pod, that you said about, I don't know what the fuck I'm
Well, don't
talking
knock
about.
yourself. A lot of people are confused about the two.
Yeah, I mean, so okay, if you
I'm
say I'm
not.
libertarian, then maybe that's what I am, but I'm definitely not conservative. Like,
Mm-hmm.
whatever you want to be, go be it. Like, utopian?
Okay.
Yeah.
Second question. So
Okay.
conservative, what does that mean to you?
They think that what's best for them is best for all. That people should be a certain way because that's just what the good book says they should be. And that is not me.
So she's talking about far right, like people that are.
Now, see, when she said that, I thought she was talking about the left.
Yeah.
Like, that is how
Isn't
I
that
see progressive.
fascinating?
But
What's
they're-
the old
yeah.
psychological
Really?
experience?
Yeah.
Hey, everybody describe that thing.
It would be
that
the
was
far
on the-
left, right?
No, I'm like, do whatever you need to do for you.
So
Well, see, so, like, I listen to both sides and mostly the center, and so I feel like I get a real rounded perspective. And right now, the authoritarians and the ones who are censoring other people are all on the left, exclusively on the left. The ones who are wanting to go to war outside of Lindsey Graham are all on the left. Like, it is completely flipped. And
See, I don't want to go to war at all.
Well, you're not supporting the war in Ukraine? You're not supporting Israel?
I mean, I'm all about love, not war.
You're not supporting
I should have been born in
Taiwan?
the 70s. Like,
Hey, I do support what Taiwan.
But I
do
will say,
support,
I am
support
so.
the war in Israel, but I feel like it's got some fucking problems.
It's got some big problems. All right, Brad, here's question number 3.
Oh, yeah.
What's your take on Israel Gaza? He's like, God damn it.
He's like, hey, don't worry. Last week he said that a Jeep going through the Gaza Strip would be. What was it that you said? You said. You said.
By the way, I didn't think you were here because you were in a Jeep outside.
You said something about a Jeep driving through the Gaza Strip, just
yeah.
mowing down Palestinians left and right.
Do you need time to think?
I remember the comment.
say
I listened to
I'm
it.
so To show you how not political I am, I went to DC for the first time last summer.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize the right was called the right because the actual Republicans sit on the right side of the House and the Congress.
Awesome.
So
That's
yeah.
not politics, but yeah.
That's why it's called right.
That's fascinating.
I didn't know until I said
Sidebar.
in Senate and the House, and I was like,
might as well.
there were people arguing, and I was like, is that they're on the
No,
right? Is
no,
that why
no
they're called
sidebars.
the right?
Quit distracting from the question. Israel, Gaza, go.
Yeah,
I was
okay.
giving him time.
We were still on a question. So, before
It's the
yours.
same, though.
Back on conservative, your definition. I would say I agree with a lot of what you said on that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not, that is what a lot of it has become to me. And so my growing disdain is so, yeah.
It's very
telling people,
close-minded.
I think this is the way, the best way to live. You need to live that way too.
It's very close-minded and very not open to other perspectives.
It's become that way.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
I agree. It didn't used to be that way.
I'm going to have.
Hold on. Y'all are talking about conservatives right now?
Yes.
It did used to be that way. That's what turned me off of them.
Conservatives?
Absolutely.
But I see you as a conservative. You're turned off by them? Are you not a conservative?
Kim, you admit you don't really follow politics.
No.
So really, kind of stay out of this. Like,
Okay, yeah. That's a good call.
to be fair.
I should go home.
Well,
I should just go home.
That's fair.
No, he's right. I really don't know what I'm talking about.
When I was growing up,
Do
I
we-
grew up in a faith where my Metallica CDs were destroyed. My Soundgarden CDs were destroyed.
I have a friend whose mom destroyed his Nevermind CD and his Nirvana CD like 5 times. He kept buying it and she would destroy it every time.
Yeah, that to me was very censorious, and I didn't think that had a damn thing to do with Jesus. You know? And so I grew up hating religion, hating anything that could allow me not being allowed to listen to like secular, normal things that everyone else could listen to. It felt like I was being persecuted and like shoved down because of this God that I didn't know or care about. And so I grew up very much
What
supporting.
it says in the Bible, like when Lucifer fell, he was like the high angel of music. So when he fell, like all of him, like him and all of his host of musical angels that were with him fell with him.
Yeah.
So when you're, I mean, yeah, and you can put it in like the whole, like whatever that humanity's put on top of that, right?
Yeah.
But secular music is better than Christian music.
Oh, Christian music sucks. Other than DC Talk. DC Talk had a hell of a run.
I'm just saying, like,
but yeah,
secular music is secular
because
music.
it's inspired. And
It's
not
inspired by the
contrived.
human condition, and it doesn't
Right.
have some kind of overlay that's whatever.
Yes, message that's.
You guys are snoring.
The dog is snoring.
No.
We both thought it was Audie snoring, but it's the dog.
The dog's
You
snoring.
thought it was Audie?
See?
See,
The
that
dog's,
one
the
of us
dog's
wanted to
snoring.
look.
They thought it was me.
The dying dog that snores every
This is what
episode
happens.
couldn't be to blame.
No, we didn't.
I tried to not sit them
I
together.
didn't want to turn
We didn't
around.
want to look, but we both thought it was him.
I was gonna take a selfie, like, and see if he
So
was
you
still
could get
awake.
Roast me.
Bitch, you're crazy.
Roast me.
Just because he's high doesn't mean he's asleep.
So I shouldn't have ate the whole
That's
gummy.
why I wanted to check.
You kids.
I was
Anywho,
like, you only had.
Go on. I was just making a point
sorry.
that secular music is better than Christian music because,
But
from a Christian perspective, secular music is better than Christian
Right.
music by definition because Lucifer fell like he
yeah,
was.
you can only
He
get
was
for
like
that.
the fucking zeitgeist of music, like whatever.
Zeitgeist.
Right.
And then he
Look at
fell.
that.
But my point is, I grew up in such a conservative household that it made me hate Christians and conservatives.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is not free will. You say God's free will, yet you're controlling every aspect and choking the life out of me. Like,
How's that different than conservatives today?
Christians.
I'm saying that's how the left is when it comes to free speech. Like, they are censoring everything. That's not the right that's
But
censoring
see, I
things.
don't
That's the
think
left
anything
censoring
should be
things.
censored.
Then you would be just an American, not a or like that to me.
I don't
Audie,
agree with censorship.
Audie pays
I
attention
hate
as much as
censored
anybody I
music.
know. You would agree it's the left that is mostly actively
it's-
censoring
yeah,
things.
Yeah, I mean, I do ultimately believe it's more of like a class, like an elitist, like an establishment type
Globalist,
of warfare,
elitist,
more than a left versus right. I feel like that's more like an optics thing.
What is being censored? We live in a
So,
fucking
when I hear
utopia
music
of
that's
you get to
censored-
say whatever you want to on whatever platform that you
Okay,
want to.
Why was Trump censored?
Did you see anything? Has
For what?
anybody?
Let's not talk about.
You talking about
that guy.
deplatform?
We're not gonna talk about that guy. 'Cause
Why
that
can't you
guy's
handle?
different.
Why can you
What
not handle
platform can you
conversations?
say whatever you want to on?
It would,
Have you?
Any
Hey, Brad.
platform you want.
No.
no, dude, you can't do it on
can't.
YouTube.
Yeah.
You can't do it on Facebook.
No.
Okay.
Somebody's gonna
So
take
what
it
do you-
down and give you hate, whatever.
Dude,
like, you know.
So can we define what free speech is?
There isn't.
Yeah.
So in the Constitution, free speech is you're not persecuted for anything that you say against the federal government.
Federal government. Yeah. No, that's
Period. That
Yeah.
is the First Amendment.
true. Right.
So just because you say a hateful thing, if you're a Nazi and you go to like fucking town square and you spew whatever you want to, you can. You're not going to get prosecuted for it unless it's a hate crime. But that doesn't mean that you're not going to be judged or anything else by your peers.
Right.
So we're talking about cancel culture. We're talking about whatever. That's a populace that rejects whatever you say. That doesn't mean that it's illegal or that you're censored from it.
Right.
That just means that you can't fucking say it and be persecuted by it. So your First Amendment rights are secure. I can say I hate the federal government and without any kind of fear of being persecuted. So I have freedom of speech, but that doesn't mean that my speech isn't abhorrent or rejected by anybody else.
Yeah.
So when we're talking about freedom of speech or censoring, you're talking about public discourse. Public discourse is just what the public says is it acceptable or not.
And what
acceptable.
society enforces.
And what society is forces. And that's a societal thing. That has nothing to do with legal definition of what you
Right.
can or cannot say.
I agree. The problem I have is with the federal government limiting free speech and censoring things. So when the Biden administration goes to Facebook and says, hey, the Hunter Biden laptop is Russian disinformation, knowing it isn't, and then telling Facebook to basically block this information, that is the federal government interfering with free speech.
Yeah, throttle.
That is a federal crime.
Do you think that that's the only time that the federal government has throttled,
No,
any
it's a
kind
clear
of-
and obvious time that needs to be prosecuted.
I'm talking about any of it though. And why are you so triggered about Hunter Biden's laptop though? Like that, I don't understand that.
Okay, so number one, it's the fact that the federal government tried to censor a story.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if that story's about a poodle falling out of a window. It has nothing to do with Hunter Biden. It has to do with the federal government trying to censor the truth.
But
You don't see that as a problem?
How many times has the federal government censored information to the public?
They do it all the time, Jason.
Okay.
It's a fucking problem.
All right. But what
Not
about
just
that?
a Biden problem,
But
in
what
all
about
of
that?
the government.
No, I agree.
But here's the deal.
Sure.
What is it about the Hunter laptop from everything else that you say that it happens all the time that is so triggering that you're like, the Hunter laptop? Yeah, I guess is
Well,
what I'm
I
trying to
guess-
figure out.
I guess that's an easier way to frame and identify the issue of, I guess I should say, the federal government suppressing free speech on social media platforms.
Also,
that's
that
what
one-
I'm more upset about.
That one was also potentially the most consequential, like in recent history, though, too, because that one was like right before the election, too. So that one,
So
you
is,
could say.
so is James Comey and all the Hillary emails and all the other BS.
But secondly,
like,
it's not about Hunter taking drugs. It's about the fact that Hunter was sent over and put on the board of Burisma.
okay.
Yeah, 10%.
Right,
much
the big
did
guy,
right, and
yeah.
funneling
Okay.
money to his dad, the vice
Devil's
president.
advocate.
Yeah,
Devil's
no.
advocate. How much did Jared and Ivanka make in legitimate posts to the government? Nepo babies in posted into the federal government. How much did they make?
How much is the federal government trying to censor that story?
$82
That's the
million
difference.
is what they
But
made
the federal
while they were in
government
the
is
government.
not trying to censor that story.
Nobody's trying to prosecute it. If they're trying to prosecute it, would they be trying to censor it? I don't know. But all I'm saying is, what is the total, like, the whole rub about the Hunter laptop thing, which I've never really gotten anyway, because I'm just like, whatever. Like, you have your cynical views about politicians. And
It influenced the election.
And like what?
It influenced an election.
So did James Comey and like the Hillary emails.
What, lying about Trump?
Huh? James Comey coming out like and as an October surprise with his little. I mean, he made me. I voted for Gary Johnson.
Wait. How can all of that influence an election, but the fact that we have a convicted felon running for president has not influenced the election?
Yeah, we got to move on. Like, y'all, research is not.
Wait, no.
Key
But
in this.
I haven't researched it, but the fact remains that if I'm a convicted felon, I can't go up to Toys R Us and get a job, or PetSmart, or wherever.
Yeah, that's
but
bullshit.
I can run
That's
for
bullshit.
president?
That's bullshit too, don't you think?
Yes. Okay.
Then
So
you
how
Once you
is,
do your time,
but
so then
if we're gonna talk about things influencing elections, I think that should be.
I don't believe for a second he did the crime that he got prosecuted.
Well, I'm
with.
not
I
even
think the
talking about whether he
DOJ
did it or not. I'm just like
You don't think that
he got
had
convicted
tax
of
fraud?
something. If we're talking about affecting
In
an
the state of
election,
New York?
I
If
feel
they
like
had
that
something
would
on
be-
Trump, they'd have got him 8 years ago, man. There's no way anything slips through the cracks.
They
They
did.
lied about him. The whole Russiagate hoax. That's not enough. The January 6th hoax, like all of that shit.
It's sentencing. He's trying to delay the sentencing right now on the New York State tax fraud deal.
Yeah, God
And
bless him.
That's on his private business. That has nothing to do with his time in office. That is actually like things that he did in his private business that he was convicted on, and he's trying to delay the sentencing on. So you're saying that didn't happen. He shouldn't be prosecuted.
I think at this point,
To the tune of like $486 million. You're saying like he doesn't owe like he like owes $0.
I don't care. I think when the
You
fucking,
don't care,
No,
but
not
you
anymore.
care about Hunter's laptop. That's the thing. I'm like, what? It makes no sense. So what is?
It makes sense to me.
How much did?
And to
how
Audie,
mu-
you
okay.
could explain it.
Here's the deal.
I
How
mean-
much did Hunter Biden? Let's just say everything happened. How much did Hunter Biden benefit off of being on the board of Burisma? And because what was it? The big man.
Who's the federal government going
The
after?
big man or whatever.
Who are they going after? They're going after Trump. And if your argument is they're both doing it,
The state
then
of
go
New York
after
went
both.
after. The state of New York went after Trump. The state of New York went after Trump, which is what his business is located in.
Sure.
That would be like the AG of Arkansas going after Walmart if Walmart did some bullshit.
Right.
So it's not a federal case. It
So
is
somebody
a
goes
state
after a
case.
guy for 4 years on false claims of Russia collusion and ruin the guy's life, ruin his
Let's say
presidency.
that Bill Clinton was in office
Mhm.
and he happened to be on the board of Walmart. And Walmart did some shady shit. And then the state of Arkansas said, hey, Bill Clinton, we're going after you for this. You don't think it's maybe because he went and shone a spotlight into his public life and got more scrutiny for what he, like...
I'm too drunk to be esoteric right now. My only platform
All I'm
is
saying
the
is-
federal government is corrupt, and I want it to stop.
I don't necessarily
Whatever gives
disagree.
me the best
I just
bet
think
to do
maybe
that.
you lean too hard into like the Hunter's laptop thing.
I don't lean hard into it. I believe that it was censored. I know it was censored.
Okay.
I don't see censorship happening on the right. I don't see them censoring shit.
I just think you doth protest too much because I don't whatever Hunter, let's say that it all went down and whatever Hunter got through quote legitimate means, Ivanka and Jared got X amount more. And then, by the way, whenever Jared left
But were
office,
Ivanka and Jared utilizing Trump's position to pay Trump?
They were
A
utilizing
kickback?
Trump's position to enrich themselves. And then whenever Jared left office, he made $2-something billion.
Right. But again, nobody's censoring that story. It's the censorship. I don't know why you can't understand. My problem is not partisan.
I get
It's
it.
censorship,
Sure.
Jason. I don't
It's
care
the
what side it's
censorship.
on. I see it happening on one side, whereas when I was growing up, I saw it happening on the other side.
The thing is, it's not censored, and nobody fucking cares.
If that's accurate, then I
problem.
don't. Then they should.
But they don't. You don't.
I don't. I have not heard.
Who's banning
And I'm-
books? I want to know.
Who's what?
Who's banning books?
Yeah. Who's banning the books?
Conservative governors.
Okay, that's what I'm not
Ours,
asking.
Ron DeSantis.
So I can't go read what I want. Cool. Got
What
it.
is it you want to read?
I mean, anything I
Gay
fucking
porn.
want.
Can we switch topics to gay
I'm just
porn?
asking.
Anything but politics.
Gay
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree. We've taken selfies over here. We're having a great
millions
time.
Selfies going on.
I
All right,
mean,
so-
I've got.
They think,
Israel Gaza, Brad.
they think that Minions is a mix of like.
I mean, I got a picture
Japanese?
of the fun couch.
I saw
and
a
then
video
I got
where
a
the
picture of
minions
not so
are
fun couch.
Like
He needs
Uh,
to come over here and
Japanese
Brad.
with the English word
That's how I
banana.
ended up over here last time because
You're
these
banished?
two make it where you don't want to be there anymore.
That's not the
True.
truth.
We're having civil discourse. Why can you not?
Well, when I sat there, I didn't want to be over there anymore because I was done with the conversation.
That's a wild
Yeah,
thing.
and it was politics last
That's wild.
time that
It
runs
was.
everybody
I was
off.
like, I've talked more politics than I have in 8 years. Let me over there.
We gotta
And then
stop.
apparently I
Party
poured things.
people.
I got one thing to say about all that.
There's some
Yeah.
questions left to answer though.
I'm with you fellas.
I
Yeah.
like that.
Both sides.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unity.
Because
is the
he
key.
cares about what makes things happen.
Find
for
people
both of
on
you.
both sides.
Hey,
He cares
I
about
think we're getting
you,
close to something, dude. I think we're getting close to something.
Uncle Sam.
Hey, nobody lost their shit. I like that.
With the RFK,
Oh
the
no,
Tulsi
her,
Gabbard thing,
her
I feel like we're getting
Snapchat
closer to
doesn't say
a unipart. We're getting.
I might be.
I like the RFK.
You know, MTG doesn't like the
Dude,
uniparty.
he dropped out.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
RFK.
She's a
MTG,
She's a disgrace.
She's really gross.
You know what?
bro.
She's a fucking disgrace to CrossFit, which I do.
She's.
the
I
way.
feel like she's a
Marjorie
useful
Taylor
idiot.
Greene.
I feel
I
like
don't
she's
know
a
who that
useful
is.
idiot. Like.
Useful
I'm
for
glad you don't.
I don't know. She gets some people out there that are
She
gonna
does
vote
CrossFit.
like some like retards
Yes.
and Georgia or something like that. Then they're cool.
She's
okay.
embarrassing.
Yes, she's
but-
embarrassing. She's cringe.
but-
so is Bobert or whatever. You
Oh
know, but
no,
like
no! I don't like.
not as
Barbara,
bad.
but I like MTG.
What's her name?
She's an embarrassment, and it's like I wish she wasn't there.
Oh,
But
I
if she's
know.
gonna
I
be
hate
there,
it.
just go all in,
I know.
baby.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
It's like
dude,
you make us look
yeah.
like idiots, but man,
Yeah.
she's fun.
Yeah.
It's like she,
You
but
gotta admit
Bobert,
she's
I do
fun.
not like.
Did
I
you
think
like
it's
it when
because
she
she's
touched the
slutty.
cardboard standee
She's
Trump's
50.
crotch? Was that
Who
weird?
did, wait, Bobert or
MTG.
oh MTG?
Yeah.
That's MTG. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Her eyes are real
Guys,
close
I'm
together. It's weird.
I honestly, they're not that close
Oh, you
together.
guys
We're not
getting
gonna
mad
talk
about mean tweets, and then our eyes are
we're
too
not
close
gonna
together.
talk about physical appearance.
Oh, but
Not
I
until
do that so much.
I
Talk
would
about
say
physical appearance.
Everybody does.
If
her
Trump's
eyes
so
are not.
mean.
Her
Did
eyes
you
are
see that
proportionate
bitch's
to her face.
eyes?
How
She got
about a
big teeth,
certain
though.
gas attendant's cross-eyed, like coming out?
What is this
People, I
about?
mean, people take unflattering
Y'all
photos.
hateful,
I do
man.
it
who are we
all the
talking
time.
about? A cross-eyed gas.
So hateful. That means you were like fucking in the spirit world, because if
Apparently
you went to
I
the
told
last
you
pod,
about it
you know exactly
in
what it
the
was.
in the gossip that we were
Mhm.
doing, and I don't remember
happened.
telling you about it. So it's
I don't
fine that you don't remember because I don't remember telling you.
You
About
know,
it.
one of the most troubling things about these pods have been to me.
What's that?
What?
I listened back to my voice. I was like, no wonder everybody wants to punch me in the fucking face.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you do get it.
I get it.
Yeah.
I totally get it.
It's terrible.
I feel the
That's all I
same. Yeah. Like.
Terrible.
Yeah.
I'm like, my voice, man. Nope, it is infuriating.
True.
It is.
But you do listen to him.
I do listen to him.
Nicole, give Brad a question. He's not going to answer Israel Gaza.
Wait. No, we're gonna hold him to it.
Should we?
Israel Gaza.
I think there's some people misbehaving.
Mm-hmm. Always. Because it's more fun than.
All I can think about is that is Righteous Gemstones. Has anybody seen
I
Righteous
love that
Gemstones?
I've heard
They're
good
talking
things
about like
should
misbehaving.
Yeah, I saw like
Baby
the
Billy's
first
talking
3
about
or 4
misbehaving.
episodes. I don't
I
know
do
the
have
reference, but yeah,
You do
I
have
know the
what?
A
show.
question. I do have a question.
Alright.
Love
for
the
you.
show.
My question.
McBride.
You don't seem like somebody that would appreciate my show, and I'm just, you seem
Why are you judging him like that?
because he's very peaceful and what.
Oh,
No,
and you're
listen,
a psychopathic nut job. I get
so
that.
much.
Nicole, I am also peaceful.
No, but like the way that you're describing things about what you look for other people, and I think something you said like at least twice now is people who will be in the trenches and everything. But like the way I present myself and everything, I'm not. I don't know. It's just very like so. This like kind of a. I don't want to say passive. I don't think that's the right word to use, but more of a peaceful person is like, oh, I'm gonna listen to her fucking chaos, you know. So it just.
You fascinated,
That's a good word.
and I've enjoyed learning your story. And it's a very important story.
I'm
that
so
needs to be
sorry for
shared.
all language. It's got to be very colorful. So anyway, that was my.
I definitely don't think you need to apologize to me.
What?
So-
It's
Did I
not
say
your story's
something
not that
wrong?
interesting.
So,
that's all I was gonna say.
Nicole.
It's really not.
So Nicole, I want to know like. So what type of person do you think listens to your show? Because I
Like,
think
the person
anybody that even a quiet
Yeah.
person who doesn't
very
really-
offensive, like with my delivery and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe.
You are.
I know plenty of quiet,
Mm.
passive people
Mhm.
that would still listen to absolute offensive things.
So that is one thing that I think of myself as not a liberal, is the fact that I don't get offended by much at all.
Yeah, well, I would say that was the thing I valued about liberals when I was growing up. Was they were
Both
the
of them
party that
now.
was funny with jokes
So
and
growing up, I identified as a liberal
yeah,
because I didn't get offended
Mhm.
by shit at all.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that's moved that
But it
line.
has, and now
Yeah.
they're the super sensitive that do get
Yes.
offended by everything,
Yes.
and they are probably a big part of the reason they're a band.
But again, the point is that there are extremes on both
It's, like,
sides,
so dumb.
and those extremes are the only thing
I'm
that is
with the
shown
band.
to the other side.
Yeah. Where do you think that started? You think Bush administration is like when
Newt
that really
Gingrich.
got big? Because
Yes.
Cause dude, I was like a big like Eminem person, and I remember like that was like one of the first censorship things. Like the Bush administrations tried to like was it like Laura Bush or whatever tried to shut down a bunch of like the music and put like the parental advisory on shit. Like,
Oh,
where
actually, that
I-
was
I
Tipper
could- I-
Gore
like-
was actually the
Oh,
one
okay.
that
Yeah.
that was Al Gore's wife. She was on the left, but no, the Bush
and then
administration
obviously
was
the, and
very
then obviously the war in
censorious.
Iraq. You know, like I mean that seemed to me like
I think it's
more
always
people
gone
identified
on.
with the Reagan like administration than like the Bush. You know, I think that's when things started getting more like divisive as far as like a far right or an extreme conservative.
Well, I think this shit's always gone on. It's just you can't hide it anymore
Right.
because of the internet and social media. It's like things are in
Yeah.
real time, and you can't. By the time somebody posts something, you know, you can't hunt them
Yeah.
down and kill them anymore.
Yeah.
You
I
don't
just
have
bring that
time.
up
It's just
because I don't think it's a coincidence that like the Bush administration they're all like buddied up with like the Obamas and stuff now.
Yeah.
You know, and
Well,
it
no, they're
seems
all
like,
criminals.
Yeah,
They're
and
all
those,
criminals.
And those seem to be like the more like war hawk. You know, like the people
Right.
that were always like very pro foreign war and involvement or whatever. And
yeah.
it sucks because I don't identify with that shit at all. You know, like so that sucks.
But you would agree that most of those people are criminals.
Yeah,
like all of them.
1,000%. Oh my God, the
And
drone
even if
strike.
Trump is a criminal,
man,
he's not their kind of criminal.
And that's why I worry about anybody who supports like our involvement in the shit in Gaza, dude, and like like blind support of Israel, dude. That shit scares me. And me and you talked about how I just kind of fell right in line with that stuff after October 7th because I've always been worried about extreme Islam, and how that's a violent by nature religion. I read the Quran. And,
you told me on your pod.
Yeah, and I've read the Bible multiple times. I've read the Quran. I read the Torah, or not the Torah, the Talmud a little bit.
Were you the one talking about how those are incompatible documents?
Yeah. I mean, you can't find very much support for any kind of violent act in the Bible, but there's all sorts of instances in the Quran where under certain circumstances, if the criteria is met, then that justifies this type of action. Where I don't think you can really find that in the Bible anywhere. But anyway, knowing that and having that being predisposed to that kind of blindsided me to being pro Israel in the Gaza stuff, But now, that's.
But see, I also don't think
that's how they get that. Yeah,
I don't think we're getting all the facts.
No, of course.
There's so many threads. This is devolving again, Jason.
No,
No,
we were.
I'm not gonna tell
sorry,
him.
I'm
No,
sorry.
I'm not gonna say.
I'll tell
I'm just
him.
gonna.
We were
Don't. Just know they were asking a question
about what he was saying.
And I was like, if you're sitting in church and they're like,
He answered us, but we had already Googled it, and his answer matched, and so we were confirmed.
And
that
so
had
we
the
were
right
just
answer.
I was like, it's this. Anyway.
You dumbass is what
That's
he
a name, Nick.
You understand how that's incredibly distracting.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
We were not trying to be. He butted
October
into
7th
something that was not.
Brad's gonna have to host the show now.
You guys look.
Can we trade places, Brad?
No,
He's
Brad
not
has 46 more questions.
All right, Audie, you got a question for Brad?
So, Audie.
Yes, sir.
Oh, skipping.
I am completely impressed that you've read the Bible, the Quran.
Yeah.
In multiple things. That's very impressive.
That's way
I like
more
it.
than I've done.
Sure.
And why did you do that?
Yeah.
No,
That
to
can
be
count as one of your
totally
questions.
honest, there's a time in my early 20s, I got in a little bit of trouble, and that was the only reading material that I had available to me,
Okay.
to it wasn't just some.
It's a good story.
I wasn't just have to seek knowledge and super disciplined to sit down, it's I really didn't have a lot.
Yeah, it's the only thing later.
Yeah, and but I'm glad, I'm.
What does Audie stand for?
Oh, it's I was actually named after a World War II
Oh, so you're Audie.
hero.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was a nickname.
Audie Murphy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was a nickname or just a.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Handsome man and respectable.
Yeah,
All the things.
Thanks.
Hey,
And he's well read.
leading question. So, our undying support of Israel, which I actually support, do you feel like it should be conditioned like every other country? Or do you feel like it should be just whole cloth support?
Oh, Kim, I made
So
you
what
food in advance.
So
I smelled it.
governed
Some
or
lasagna in there.
Mexico.
It's all
wide
you.
open door.
We just left Mexico.
I think everything should
It's there for
be
later.
governed.
Thank you.
I might have
That's
some now.
pretty
We
awesome.
should think
That's not something.
about
I
what
can
we're
do.
enacting on. Yeah.
Does anybody have a problem with the fact that Bibi Netanyahu,
Stop.
Bibi, does anybody have a problem with the fact that Bibi is under multiple indictments and may be inclined to keep the war going so that he doesn't have prosecutions from his own government?
Oh yeah, he's sus for sure.
Super sus?
Sus.
Do you-
Well, hold on. That's not a blanket answer. is he sus and is he committing war crimes? Yeah, I think so. Are these international bodies who are accusing him valid of anything, and do I respect their authority?
What
Fuck
international
off.
bodies are you talking about?
Whichever ones are, it's the International Criminal Court, right?
International Criminal Court.
What is the...
So, as far as the world goes, who accuses and prosecutes crimes that we all say are crimes?
Whoever has the biggest guns.
That
shit is so... I don't trust any international court.
I don't know.
Sure
You don't trust the international...
Trust these fuckers.
I don't know that you are conservatives.
You didn't even know what you was 15 minutes ago.
I know I'm not
You
conservative.
said you didn't know if we were what?
I don't think y'all are conservatives.
Who said we were?
I just have an opinion.
No, I feel like Brad is more of a, like...
Moderate.
No, I feel like he's a hardcore libertarian with some MAGA leanings.
Oh, yeah.
He just happens to like Trump because it aligns with some of the goals that he feels.
Yes, but it has nothing to do with why most people like Trump.
And so,
Yes.
like, he's not one of your... Sorry,
Look at you
guys.
showing your penis
I'm
again.
trying
You
to
already got
not
in trouble
show
for
my
that
He's
penis.
got
last time.
sexy legs, girl.
But,
His fabletics.
hey,
just
I like it.
Just like
I'll take him if you don't want him.
I am
Right there.
I am
Your
mislabeled
couch.
a liberal just because I have had the same stance that I've had forever, and the world has moved beyond me.
Yeah.
So, and it has nothing to do with me being liberal. It just has something to do with the fact that I don't fucking relate with whatever the GOP is right now. Like, if the GOP ever, like, actually recalibrates and, like, becomes, like, like the fucking conservative party again, maybe?
I honestly think that this is a prime example of the misunderstanding that is existing currently in our
Yes,
country.
thank God we're having a conversation right now and understanding this.
That's interesting.
Of
Right.
what the liberals think the conservatives are and the conservatives
And vice
think
versa.
the liberals are. Like,
Yes.
I'm like, wait, you think that too? But you're opposite of me.
Right.
But you're actually maybe not.
85 to 90% of the entire population of the United States is center.
Yes.
Center, and with like a little center right and a little center left. But the problem is all of the loudest voices get all of the power.
Yeah, there's like
but
4
it's-
or 5 issues.
But also,
you know,
I
that
think
it's
it's
like
come down
those,
to-
those are the
It's not so much what people believe anymore, it's who they're voting for.
right.
It's
Yeah.
Trump versus not Trump.
Yeah, if you get into that tribal shit, then you just
Yeah,
you have to
tribalism
adopt
is-
you have to adopt whatever your side says. You know,
But see,
otherwise you're not part of the team anymore.
Well, my
If we
also
game
told me
this
we were
right
talking
now, if
politics
Nikki
tonight.
Haley had won the primary
yeah,
and and Biden had still had a bad debate with Nikki Haley, and Biden had still like fucking got pressured to leave, and Kamala comes in, and so you have Nikki Haley and Kamala together. Nikki Haley wins. Always. 100% of the time. Nikki Haley wins.
Trump wins as well.
Okay. We'll see. I don't think so.
I don't believe. We will see.
We'll see. I don't think so.
I honestly could see it going either way, and to me that's sad.
It's a tight. it's a tight
that's
race.
terrifying.
It's
a
sad
tight
to
race.
me,
That's
but
really
I feel
sad.
like we're fighting
that makes
for
it, that makes it
culture,
really
not.
sad for us.
Yeah, but I also don't feel like Kim was saying, like the left and the right don't understand each other because we're not talking, and we really do have more in
Because
common
those
than we
guards
don't.
are up, like you just automatically assume.
Right, but the
And
reason
we all know what assuming does. I mean, it's an age-old
it's an
adage,
ass. And you and me, and like you were talking about with tribalism, at least somebody has your back, right? Whereas if you're in the middle, like I feel like conservatives don't like me because I'm not like Christian, and I'm like not. I don't defend Trump enough. Like I'll admit flaws with him, and like I'm not.
And I am Christian, and I hate Trump.
Right, but then the left hates me because I support Trump, and it's like, well, you also don't know my position. Like, you just get lumped in.
I honestly didn't know that you were moderately like this way.
But
I
see,
thought you
that's
were
a
all
problem,
Trump.
that we just
Yeah.
judge people
It
based
is.
on
It's
whatever
definitely a
candidate.
problem.
You don't understand why they support that candidate. I'm guilty of it too. I make judgments based on a label.
1,000%.
But, like, we gotta stop.
Back in
You
my
gotta
civics
stop-
class, you didn't talk about who you voted for.
Yeah.
You just voted for
Yeah,
him.
that was I thought
Yeah.
people just didn't tell people who they voted for. And so that's part of my problems with the conservatives.
But-
is they're all like, yeah, Trump. Like, why you gotta, broadcast it? You
But
know,
see,
still.
it's been taboo from, and see again, I don't consider myself a conservative. I consider myself a moderate who sees the left acting nuts and going out of their way to prosecute a guy that they don't like and they want to censor his
I see
speech.
both sides.
Like if you're just completely
Both sides
neutral,
are acting nuts.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bad actors, I think.
I
that
see-
fan
I
employees
see
of
both
this
sides
show.
as acting.
see, I'm not going to take the Joe Rogan stance. I think the left is being way more authoritarian and aggressive and breaking the law.
Here's
the
it
deal.
about to switch.
Trump
again.
is not getting any younger, and
Why can't you criticize your own side? I think that's the reason we're fucked. Is
I'm not
People are
criticizing
so-
anybody.
Trump's
I'm
not
just
getting
asking
any
if it's about to
younger,
switch.
and I don't trust J.D. Vance worth a
I don't either.
piss in the pot.
I don't either.
Here's the deal: 4 years is a long time for Trump. You may think that he's got all the vigor in the world. You think that he's going to last the entire 4 years. I'm not so sure. And so I see J.D. Vance, and I'm
Same.
like, I don't want somebody who the only political that that they've had is what, a year and a half in the Senate, and they didn't win by too fucking much, and they say a lot of shit that I don't like. I'm looking at them and I'm like, I don't want them to possibly be president at all. Period. Like,
Right.
no.
Right.
Sure.
But there's 4 people running, and 3 of them I don't want to be president, and 1 of them I do. So to
Yeah.
me, it's easy.
Yeah. But yeah, I like him over.
Tim Walz, a
Oh
fucking
yeah. Oh my
wild
God. Yeah,
man,
that,
bro.
yeah, that,
Wi-
that's
such a wild man.
But everyone
wild
loves
card.
him.
Like
Such
you know,
a wild card.
He's so loving and caring. Why is he so bad?
Like I feel like that. Like,
But
like
you
a
will
shit- you
admit-
get a shit
Hold
present
on.
wrapped in his loving and
His
caring
little
deal. Like
grandpa.
guys,
Let
I
me
love
ask
and care
you
about
too.
you, but we're about to do this. Like
You gotta ask this question.
But if you're willing
Where
to
do you
just,
get
take
where do you
over,
get your
then let
news?
him be president.
Where do you
Just
get your
take
news from?
over.
She doesn't even watch news.
But she knows enough to talk about it. So
I've
where are
seen
you
some kids
getting?
hugging on him. I don't know. That's
But-
literally the only information I have.
Where do you get your headlines from?
I don't know. I saw someone post a picture of some kids hugging him.
On what?
I don't know. What's
A
something?
Google app?
I literally don't.
But it's a
research
leftist
this.
media.
I can
and
guarantee you it's probably a post where Sarah Huckabee Sanders, as governor of Arkansas,
I hate her.
is
Fuck it.
is signing a decree in Arkansas loosening the child labor laws, and then she has her own children there, and they're all like. Meanwhile, you have Tim Walz, governor of Minnesota.
Hey,
Who-
hey,
like-
hold
Who
on a
is-
minute.
Wait, who
All
is signing a law for free school lunches for like the state of Minnesota, and his like who all the kids around him are like, yeah. So you do like
It's
you do this
definitely the meme I
juxtaposition
saw.
between like both of these governorships. You got like her with her like one eye like going fucking
Right, but these are
southwest, and
Her dad's
all of
eye
her
is
children
over here.
going, I hate this place. Why am I here? And all these other people is a great PR move. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's
Sure.
definitely the meme I saw. I can't tell you where I saw it,
Yeah.
but I saw that.
Sarah's not
See?
very likable.
I
I'm
saw
just
that.
saying.
That's one. those are-
Colloquially,
But
though,
that's not a binary. That's not what you're up against.
it
What's
is.
he
It
done
is when you're
wrong?
talking
I mean,
PR,
I
though.
think it goes back to
What's
what
he
Brad
done
was saying
wrong?
earlier. It's really about the person
I want you to tell me what he did wrong.
who.
Wolf.
He put tampons in the boys' restroom. That's pretty
I
weird.
mean, yeah, why are you doing that?
If you're a boy that identifies as a girl and you go to that bathroom and it's there. Or maybe you're on a date with a girl and
You can't
she's
say-
feeling real
You're
awkward.
saying that with a straight face.
Maybe you're on a
Brad.
date with a girl and you're trying to accommodate her and you're like, hey, I got you this.
I work with a man who goes to my restroom and sits down to pee.
It's a female.
Okay. So do I in the middle of the night. Preference.
All I'm saying, hey, can I
It's
tell
not-
you an
There's a
anecdotal
splatter
story?
radius thing.
Can I
that
tell you an
you should take into account.
anecdotal
I
story?
know,
Anecdotal
but if-
stories are always welcome.
What if,
Jason.
but what if I'm on a date with a man? Like, let's say
Okay.
I'm not married to him for 20 something years.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh shit, I just started my period. And he's like, I got you. and he goes in and he's a gentleman and gets me a tampon and brings it out.
Because
I
it's
mean,
in the men's
Are you
room.
just gonna like put it into your?
I mean, I can
You have
go
to
to the
go to the
bathroom.
But that's not why they're there. You know that's not why they're
No,
there.
but what if mine's out because the women took them off? There's some there.
That's
Okay.
not why they're there.
What
So that
guys?
feels like a
What?
disingenuous
So
argument.
what
I'm
guys
not-
does it
I'm
hurt?
not trying to be
First of all,
genuine,
in the poop stalls that the
Nobody.
just trying to think through scenarios because sometimes you get in a real shit situation and you gotta get out of it.
she said shit situation too, by the way.
Sometimes you're in a real shit situation and the only answer is the tampons in the men's
Yeah,
bathroom.
then you know what, Kim? If it's just for you, put them in the men's restroom because I don't want this to happen
Thank
to you.
you.
You know what?
Thank
But here's the
you.
deal.
I may not need
If you elect me as representative of
The most
And
genuous
before
person
you get
know.
up in arms
Yeah, I'm
about
genuous.
spending taxpayer money to put tampons in a boy's restroom, if you feel like that is like a waste of money, how long are they going to be in there? They're going to be in there a long time. How long are they going to get refilled? They're probably not going to get refilled too
Never.
much. Never.
Right.
So
it's a one-time investment.
Okay,
so what
so
the
what
fuck
about
is the problem?
The
And-
diaper
hey,
changing stations. In
See,
the
that's
men's
why I
bathroom.
only trust comedians who talk about
I had not
politics.
We're not
considered
concerned about the
economics
overall
either.
outcome.
You're talking about overall economics of putting
That's
tampons
not what
in
we're
boys'
concerned
restrooms.
about. We're concerned that he's
This
like.
Are you afraid
Are
that
you
there's going to be a
unable to
girl
pee if
menstruating
it's there?
in your stall?
No, he looks like he.
How do
is-
you feel about the diaper changing station that's right next to you?
It makes
Are
you think
okay
he
with
can
that?
be
Hold on, men
pressured
change
by the
diapers.
mob. He's pressured by the
Okay.
mob. Is what it makes me
Men
think. Like he'll.
don't-
So the
Like,
diaper
it's against
changing
common sense
station
because
can be in there, but
everybody is,
not
like,
the
pressuring him to go
threatening
with their radical
tampon
shit.
station.
That's what it makes. It's like an
Because-
indicator. It's like a
So
red
you
flag.
don't see a difference
I'm not worried
between
about
changing
how
a diaper and menstruating.
No. Menstruating leads to babies, which leads
I'll
to
just say
changing
for like
diapers.
me, like
What-
seeing a condom machine in a female
Yeah, it's
bathroom,
weird.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
we got condom machines in our bathroom. Why can't you have tampon
But
machines?
you just said it was weird.
Exactly.
So isn't
That's
it
what
weird
I'm
to have
saying.
But it
tampons
still
in
has
men's
to
restroom?
But
It's,
have it.
it's uncomfortable, but it's.
Thank you. That's where
It's
I'm at.
uncomfortable, but it's
Nicole.
there. So you should
But why does it
experience
need
Empowering
to-
though.
But
Because
okay.
if
What?
you
Well, what if the
wanna
men's
fuck
bathroom
someone
is,
and
or
they
the
don't
women's
have a
bathroom is out
condom,
of order and not
Did you
having
say if I
condom?
was to
I guess I
you
just
want
don't
to fuck
fucking
someone
care enough to even talk about
and you
this
don't
anymore.
have, they don't have a condom, and you don't have a condom, you have access to
You're like,
protect
bro, I got
yourself
you.
from pregnancy and STDs by saying, you know what, you don't have a condom,
I'm,
I'm
going to the
empowered
bathroom.
to get my fucking
Oh, that's
condom
a different way
and
to
whatever.
Uh-huh.
Well, condoms make more sense to me than
Because
tampons.
what if
Well,
they
because
say they
you're a
don't have
guy.
one when they have
Okay,
plenty?
so anecdotal. You want to hear an anecdotal?
Please.
So
Anything but this train of fucking conversation.
well, it's kind of related.
Hey, you invited us over.
But
the last time.
I'm sorry, I almost stayed home.
we went
I
to
was
the
going
we
to
went to the theater
Stay home.
Theatrical.
Every Thursday.
and
Hey, what'd you see?
we saw the crow.
Oh yeah, you told me. Yeah, the crow.
But after
Well, just give me
And
a.
I got
it
real,
was
real scared. I was like, oh,
Uh,
shit.
I felt like it was an advertisement for tattoos first.
And makeup.
Tattoos and makeup, and then like
That's funny.
it's gonna bomb at the box office, but then all of the people that are like super
All the emo people are gonna
they're
love
like,
it.
it's not cool to go to the theater, and I'm not gonna see the crowd.
Yeah, I'm gonna
And then whenever it comes to streaming, they're like, oh my god, the crow's amazing. I love that crow.
Right.
Anyway, so
But it was also
But
the
we
same
saw it.
movie we saw in the 90s.
it kind of was. It would kind of. I mean, it was like beat for beat almost.
Which one was the
It's
one
a
Brandon
remake.
Lee got killed on? Was that,
That
the
was the
second
first
one?
No, it was
Yeah.
the first one.
This is the
Or
first
was it
one.
the first one?
It was
And
the
then-
first one.
The Ridge.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then they just like beat the franchise to death. Anyway,
Yeah. That's
I don't even
wild.
remember the second one.
I had to take a piece, and so I went to the bathroom. And when I went to the bathroom, I didn't see the person. I assume it was a male. Went to the stall, peed in the stall, right?
I saw the person.
And then once they were done peeing in the stall, they then turned around and sat down to what I assume would be
To
shit
not
in the
pee.
theater, which is not something that I would strive to do, but they apparently needed to do. The thing that I don't understand is societally, what gets in your brain to the point where you're like, I can't pee and poop as a man in
While
the
sitting?
stall while sitting. Like, is it so emasculating that you have to sit to pee, that you have to stand up to pee, and then poop?
Maybe he just thought it was a pee.
I
and
don't.
turned into
I
a
think
poo.
you're overthinking this.
No.
I think this is
I
a
thought that
deranged
too.
individual. No, I don't.
I
I think
You
saw
think
the
I'm a
individual that
deranged
goes.
individual?
No. I think this
No.
was a deranged individual, and
Hold
you're
on.
assigning him characteristics that don't exist.
I saw the person. It was probably more comfortable for him to just stand and pee than to try to sit and pee.
Can we describe this person? I
He
might
was a
know him.
very large person.
Tall or large.
But
Okay.
societally,
So
it's
is he
not
like-
okay to shit
He's
in
like
Not the
moving
person
his
I'm thinking
stuff
of.
up so that his thing comes out. So
I
that he
mean,
can
may,
then,
I honestly think he probably thought it was a pee and it turned into a poo.
for every 35 pounds, you gain an inch. That's what Oprah
Audie,
said.
if you got paid $100 an hour just to be on standby and lift like an obese person's stomach while they urinated, would you do it?
I'd do it.
For $100 an
Yeah,
hour? Yeah,
I'd
fuck
do it.
yeah, I'd do it too.
Because you can use tools to do that. You can
force
use
No,
your
you
hands.
gotta use.
I
You gotta get up
forceps.
under.
I'll just get around them and
You gotta-
I'll just give him a
forceps.
hug.
You gotta put it up on your neck.
I'll give him a hug. I'll be like,
There's got to be
Snuggling
sound
in.
effects or
That's fine.
something.
Definitely not.
No.
Disgusting.
Wow.
No, I think
See,
even if
yeah.
I wanted the money, I don't think
None of them
I don't
would make
think
it
I'd be able
as a
to. I'd be
CNA.
throwing it. I'm
No,
pretty
fuck no.
squeamish
Fuck
or whatever.
Audie, you got muscles. You can do it.
No.
Physically, I'm sure I'm capable.
No, he's
I'd
saying
be
he
throw-
has pride, Kim. Something
I'd
you
be
and I lost
throwing up.
long
Oh,
ago.
well, money won. Time equals money, and they're only going to pee for like 30 seconds, so it could totally
Like
make
if
a
I
lot
know
of
I
money.
can't do a
$35.
job.
What was the next question for
$35.
Brad?
Brad, would you hold a person's stomach to let them pee?
Ron
if they
Jeremy
needed
did
you?
it.
Can we talk about how sad Ron
If they
Jeremy
needed
has
me.
gotten?
I
If they
believe I
needed
could
it.
do that.
See,
That's the right
I feel like
answer.
Brad's one of those guys. that
If they
fucking-
needed it,
if you're
he
his
said-
friend, he's gonna be there
He's
for
going to be
you,
there for you no matter
no
what.
matter what it is. Now, it doesn't mean he'll do that for anyone else.
He's all about what's best for the people and not himself.
Why aren't you running for office, Brad?
Do you know the mayor?
You talk so much shit. Why
Where
don't
do
you
you
go?
Where do you
That
live?
is his
Like, what
manifesto.
town do you live in?
if you
To
will.
be the mayor?
What town do you live
He's
in?
asking you where you
What
live.
time am I leaving?
No.
What town do you live in?
What town do you live in?
Bella Vista. On
They've got
weekdays.
snakes.
They do.
Snakes.
Rocks, because they have rocks.
We
They
got
got
more
snakes.
snakes down at
Snakes.
Mill Creek. Yeah.
Bella Vista, they've got old people,
Thanks.
golf courses, and fucking snakes. Like that's
Rocks.
Wow, what
Rocks.
generalization.
There's
I
no-
like
Snakes
the
are
golf
about-
courses.
It's
Yeah,
because
yeah,
they
you
have
like
rocks
them?
for
Are they
yards.
nice?
Oh,
Snakes
yeah.
like rocks.
Dude.
But if you didn't have rocks,
Who's,
you wouldn't have
who's
snakes.
the guy from Chips? What's his name?
Punch?
Eric Estrada?
Punch. Who? What's it?
Eric Estrada.
Eric Estrada.
We know that.
Yeah, he's lady.
We
No
have
Google
Google.
needed.
Congratulations. You've done it. You've made it. This is the apex. No.
What's
So
going
this
on?
Estrada
Punch
guy.
and John,
He
man.
You bring chaos into my life.
I
He
am
sold.
just
Oh wait,
fair.
these are my friends.
These
Never
are
mind.
your friends. You invited me. I am the odd
That's
I am
my
now her
fault.
friend.
He
too.
was
Oh.
hard selling retirement property to like East Coast, West Coast, coastal elites. Like moved to fucking Bella Vista. Eric Estrada. He did that. Look it up. I remember seeing the
He's
commercials.
trying to
Anyway.
bait us to go to Google right now.
Do it.
No.
Absolutely.
No, I'm having a conversation without
Fucking
Google.
fuck check me, bro. No, so it happened.
Dude,
But-
I'm staring at your nipples. Like it's distracting.
They're
It's-
there.
Shoot.
You need
Like,
those little things
You've
that
got
Krista had
fucking
today.
movies, dude.
So the thing that
Oh,
happened
wait,
was
he
that
doesn't
they
wear white t-shirts
titties.
for
they
some
didn't
reason.
do it because there were so many fucking snakes there.
Even before he like did things
Yeah?
to build muscles,
Where do
he
you
always
see him
had the
at?
things.
Where I
Oh.
don't see them.
Oh, who sees them? Where are they?
They're in Bella Vista.
Well, I always say that. I go there a lot to golf because you said.
And you
They
haven't
have
seen
golf
snakes
courses.
in Bella Vista.
So they got
I never saw one.
snakes and old people.
I'm
They
literally
probably
there
in
every
the morning
week,
time.
and
They
I've
probably
never
go and like they're like Neil's a fucking snake. And they like back him
move
up
them
and
for
put him
you.
There's
away.
a ton of squirrels.
They move them for you.
There's a lot of squirrels and
Speaking of
what do you
squirrels.
call? Is it like a groundhog?
A nutrient?
Nutrients? Yeah, they do have a lot of nutrients out there.
Oh,
Those big groundhog looking things that are
Yeah.
fat.
Nutrients.
yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's
I
like
don't know.
a big groundhog.
It's like a beaver
cat-
without the fucking
Yeah.
tail.
But
Does
they're
Bella Vista
like
have
a
a lot
little
of
mini
snakes?
capybara. They're like
Capybara.
I love capybaras, but he's like a little capybara.
Snakes are real here. Bella Vista, home living in dangerous. That's the first thing that comes up.
That wasn't even English, bro.
It's a
Not
headline.
not King's English anyway.
When I moved away in '91, it seemed like all the growth I saw, more and more snakes I felt because we were losing a lot of their natural habitat.
That's true. That's really true.
It's legit. Like maybe,
mean, not just for
maybe
snakes,
they've grown
but-
large enough now that the snakes are like gone.
Dude, what if
away,
the snakes
all the
start
way.
fighting back?
Right.
Like they mutate in the shadows?
All the old people, they're
And
like,
fuck
"You kill many
this.
snakes, yeah. And then
That's
the snakes are
all
like,
Bella
No, I'm
Vista
thinking
used
like
to be.
kaiju snakes that like start wrapping up the farm equipment that's tearing down their homes.
did you see the newest King Kong Godzilla movie?
I watched it last night with Troy.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Last night?
Uh-huh.
Well, isn't that prodigious?
Did you see it?
Yeah. I saw it in the theater.
And what did
In
you
the
think?
theater. What'd you think about the whip with the crystal?
By the time that was even introduced, I was long checked out.
You checked out?
I checked out.
You didn't like it?
It was wild, man. I'm like an old school, like.
You got
I know.
Okay, Godzilla. Are you talking about
Yes, please chime in on this.
I
I know this
I
is the
agree
top.
with you.
All
Okay.
the ladies who listen to this show, the two of you, which are in the room. I didn't see Godzilla
I
being
agree
a topic.
with you on Godzilla.
Really, the new one, you didn't like it?
Mm.
No, it was kind of cartoony, kind
Yeah.
of ridiculous.
Godzilla was all like trying to be wholesome and shit, and that's not Godzilla.
It was just cheesy. It was too superhero-y.
He's just supposed to come in and stomp on
Supposed
some
to be a
shit,
force
kill
of
some
nature,
things,
like this
he's
feared
just, like,
thing, and they're
owning
making
it.
him. And
He
they
did
did
too
this. They did this. Yeah.
They gave him a
Keep
lot of
him a
feelings.
beast, and they did this in the
They gave him a lot of
'60s, and they did this in the '80s. They do it every time. They start him out as this force of nature, and then they make him your best buddy, and you got little plushy Godzillas at the end. It's like no.
Yeah, no, I don't like
I
it.
want. He was a metaphor for the atomic bomb. I mean, 1954,
Godzilla?
Yeah.
Japan trying to deal
So,
with the horror.
When
they
Kong's
went
trying to
through.
like wrangle him to get him in,
Yeah.
and then he's like around. Spoiler alert! I mean, I was saying weird.
You may
But
see
like,
it. It's out.
but like, when Kong's trying to get him into the portal, or whatever, that was a good scene.
I'm not saying there weren't good scenes.
Like,
there
that
were a
was
lot
a-
of really good scenes.
But that was a good scene.
Oh,
right?
absolutely. There
I
were
think-
great scenes.
I think the whole thing about around Mothra was a little silly. But,
What the fuck was that?
But
And
you
then
know
that-
what?
It's like inner world and then inner world.
But
and then
here's the
inner,
deal.
inner world.
But you have seen the older ones.
I know. I've seen them
Mothra, but they put like Mothra up on a pedestal. They're like, "Oh, it's about Mothra," or whatever.
Yeah. No, I was
like
checked.
and it happens. Like the
I
whole
checked
thing.
out early. Godzilla -1. You saw that?
I haven't. I need to.
My heart just sank.
I know. I need
It's
to.
out. It's on
What
streaming.
platform is it on?
I don't know. I just heard it was out. But it's probably the best. I think there's 38 Godzilla movies now. I think this is the best one ever made.
Are they gonna say?
I saw a couple
Are they gonna
of
make a
episodes
Godzilla
of
minus
that.
2?
I like the one with
Yeah,
Matthew
I believe they
Broderick, so
are.
that one-
They also re-released it in black and
What
white.
platform is Godzilla minus 1 on?
Did you like the Godzilla with Matthew Broderick?
Netflix. You can
No.
watch it on fucking Netflix right
No,
now.
but if you did, you were a kid when that came out.
Oh, for sure. It was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
That was real good.
you probably
You still
liked
got
it, didn't
40
you?
something
Yeah, it was
questions
really
to
hot.
go.
The chick was hot. But
I mean,
that's
we're
probably
at a
also
min-
the
we're
first
at
you would sing
an hour
Godzilla.
47. You still
Yeah.
talk.
Yeah, so like Grandma Munchkin,
Yeah.
Mariah's
Politician,
grandma,
baby.
like she used to videotape the 1960s Godzilla movies during the week for me.
Oh wow.
And then like she'd babysit me on a Friday or Saturday nights, and she'd bring those tapes over, and we'd watch these 1960s Godzilla movies when I was a little kid. So yeah, that's how I got into all that shit.
Okay.
But and this was in the 80s,
Yeah.
so they were also making new ones in the 80s. So they had
I see.
rebooted the series, and so they're also coming out with new.
He didn't
Godzilla.
want to watch any of them that didn't have Baby Godzilla in it, though.
Oh,
He's like, fuck any of these other ones. If it doesn't have Baby Godzilla in it, I'm out.
Spread any rumor you like, but that.
Hey, I got a. I say I did. Kim ordered me a Soundwave, Transformer Soundwave, Hasbro figure, and I got it in the mail.
Yeah.
It's on special. Comes
Is
with
that, is
rabbit-
that a
it
new?
comes with-
Is
no.
that a new release or?
Turned
is
into a new-ish release, but he turns into the cassette player and both the cassettes. So he's got Laserbeak,
it Laserbeak
and Ravage.
And, yeah, Ravage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at mine before you leave. Let's see if it's the same one. Is it like a couple of years old?
I don't know.
Because I got a Soundwave.
All I know is
It's
like
like a recreation of the.
It was
old.
like $60 and it was on special for $20, and she got it for me.
Yeah.
On
We
special.
didn't. Transformers were pretty expensive. Where were you when the Transformers thing hit, Brad? Well, you were probably a teenager. You were probably past that stuff.
Yes.
Did you watch any cartoons when you were growing up?
Oh yeah. Lots.
What was going on in your generation?
It keeps it keeps cycling, like fads or so, what was before turns around. So yeah, the Bugs Bunny cartoon.
What a maroon.
Yeah.
What a top my Ragundier.
Oh, I've never heard
I just got into.
I almost want to Google it. Just
That's Bugs Bunny.
And the Jetsons.
Oh, I love
Oh,
those.
yeah.
The Flintstones are my favorite.
Yeah.
Are we talking about favorite cartoons?
Yeah.
Well, in his what year were you born?
67.
67. Okay, so
I'm the old man.
I'm a
you
70s.
the early 70s watching cartoons. Was Johnny Quest a cartoon or a comic?
Oh yes. I was just gonna mention Johnny Quest, man. That was my
so
all-time
much older.
favorite.
Two whole
Okay,
Loved
but it was a cartoon, right?
It was. Yeah.
Yeah. I hear a lot of sci-fi writers reference Johnny.
Yeah.
I've never actually seen it, but I know a lot of people
Check it out.
in the sci-fi genre cite that as an influence.
Yeah.
It might be worth watching. That'd be fun to watch, wouldn't it? Johnny Quest.
I watched the new Johnny Quest. I never watched the old one.
Yeah,
I
wanna
want to know
watch the
Johnny
old one.
Bravo.
I've always wanted to watch the old one. Oh my god.
Whoa, mama. Whoa, mama.
Yeah, whoa.
I don't know Johnny Quest, just Johnny. I thought you were talking about Johnny Bravo, but not the same.
He was just karate Elvis.
He was karate Elvis.
Hey, little boy.
Hey, little boy.
You know, me and Max are going through all the Tarantino movies. You see this?
I love
Oh.
Tarantino.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
Where are you at now?
we haven't really been going in any particular order. It's we've kind
Have
of.
you watched Pulp Fiction?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we saw that. That
Reservoir Dogs?
Reservoir Dogs, Django.
The Django Unchained.
Kill Bill?
We have not done Kill Bill, but the reason why is I like to watch Kill Bill 1 and 2 back to back.
Yes.
Because it's really one long
It
movie.
is.
Are you very disappointed that he never actually did Kill Bill 3 like he was supposed to do?
No, because I felt like it ended nicely. I didn't want him to fuck with it.
Well, he was
I
supposedly
disagree,
waiting until the children
respectfully.
grew,
Yeah,
To
I
make
knew
it
about
and-
all the production hell.
and it happened. They grew, and then he didn't do it, and that kind of
Yeah.
irritated me.
I disagree respectfully. I think if putting a cap on it if Tarantino would have cast the kid and had Uma Thurman and like the whole thing and made Kill Bill 3.
If he could have done it.
If he could have done it,
then
would've
yeah.
been pretty cool.
If he'd had a good, but what if it sucked? You know what I mean?
But it would suck. He already had success. with
But what
movies.
if? But what if?
But I hate legacies that just get T-balled. But
Oh well, God, you must be beaten down by life at this point.
I know,
Then.
you know I am, Mr. Last Jedi fan over there. Come on.
Oh.
Those are fighting words.
Shit, let's fight. We need ratings.
Move this coffee table.
Nicole's getting ready to start selling her feet on OnlyFans.
Listen,
Maybe
I'm
I'll get
getting
another
there.
season
Is that a theme?
It is. Sign me up. It's my
Hey,
baby.
podcast.
So-
Not him.
We briefly talked about last pod, and I tried to send you the video that you couldn't hear the audio on, but there's a Hulu show. It's animated. It's called Solar Opposites.
Oh
One
yeah,
of-
the Rick and Morty type of show, right? Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah, it's good.
But one
The
of
animation is
the one of
definitely Rick and
one
Morty.
of the voices, his name's Dan Stevens. He plays the lead role in Legion, which I told you to watch all
Yes, you
three
told
seasons
me.
of. Anyway, I was mistaken because when we started watching Solar Opposites, it was on season 5.
Yeah.
It was season
Jumped
5,
in without
episode
knowing.
2 or 3. But long story short, coming back around, I listened to one of Nick's episodes with you in there, and you at the end, towards the end, fairly uncomfortable, if I might add, was a focus on ASMR.
I remember that one.
Oh yeah.
But the
I
video,
jerked off on the way home.
I did not.
Oh yeah.
the video
I
that I
wouldn't expect
sent
you to.
to you was on a teacher doing a side gig that was ASMR on a podcast.
Wait, in front
It
of
was
the kid?
so meta because I had just listened to that
Wait,
podcast.
it wasn't Shane Gillis, was it?
Huh?
Was it a ASMR dad? Oh no, that's a OnlyFans dad. Never mind.
Oh, no.
It's just that
Just
episode.
rewind.
I don't
Forget.
watch or have an account on OnlyFans. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Um,
No, that was the, that
Never
was the
say never.
skit. It was a dad on OnlyFans.
Never
That's
say
not
never.
what you said.
anyway, so no, the video
You
I
know what I'm
sent.
talking about, don't you? The OnlyFans dad, Shane Gillis.
Oh yeah, like that.
Oh yeah, you both on OnlyFans.
Oh.
Congratulations, bros.
Gillian Keys or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Hope
know.
you're not paying for this shit. Anyway, so I made the video
He's
and then
following.
it had a horrible audio.
That's funny.
But the
Yeah.
crux of the video was that it was a teacher making a side gig for ASMR.
Yeah.
And then I had just previously seen, the ASMR portion of Nick's.
Yeah. That's a good question for Brad. Should teachers be fired for having OnlyFans accounts?
Okay, I'm going to say it depends. Okay, so any organization, business, what have you, you define your policy up front. This is how we're going to be.
Hmm.
So, if doing such a thing like that did violate a written policy, I would say yes.
What about a doctor? So, as a teacher, if I'm in public having a margarita,
Mhm.
it's like, oh, Miss Green's having a margarita.
Mhm.
She teaches our children.
Yeah.
But Dr. Jason over here is having a margarita, and they're like, oh, good old doc, you deserve that margarita.
Let's get you a blood test.
Yeah.
He's saving lives.
Mhm.
I'm molding lives, yes, but
Yeah.
me having a margarita on the weekend is not going to affect my job performance.
Right.
That doctor could be on call at any given point.
This
And
sounds
there
like a
is-
personal issue.
No, there
It's
is
not
precedent.
personal necessarily, but it kind of is. Like,
how personally.
Just because I don't understand the double
Let's
standard.
name names.
I'm not naming
I feel that if a female doctor was out having a margarita, she would succumb to the same judgments.
Probably.
Yeah.
They're like,
But here's
oh,
the deal.
you're a teacher.
have
You teach
surgeons that are
children Monday
drunk
through
working on
Friday.
people
Right.
for years.
Like if I was a surgeon,
Right.
basically.
And not,
Like,
I'm sorry,
they've
not
done
even male female, but just in general. Like, you're a teacher having alcohol on the weekend, but you
How
teach
dare
our
you.
children. How dare you? But you're a doctor. Oh, good old doc. You deserve that. Like, I don't understand.
Is this behavior you've observed?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't understand. Like, as a teacher, I'm told I can't post photos on social media where I'm having alcohol.
Oh.
Okay, I see
We're
what
talking
you're
about
saying.
social media.
Like,
Just as
if
a public
parent
figure in
sees a
general.
picture, like, I ask you to not tag me for a reason, because if a parent searches me and I am seen drinking alcohol, I could lose my job. But a doctor...
Drinking alcohol out of an eagle's asshole and then
Sorry.
going, caca!
I wasn't drunk,
No.
Nobody said you were.
but I was
said
doing
I
it.
said you did something bold and brave and
But
beautiful.
if a doctor did it, they're like, oh, look at that doc. He's fucking awesome.
Which doctor did this?
I don't know. I'm just... In general, that's the stigma.
Tell us who the doctor is.
I don't know any doctors. But as a stigma, like, just TVs, movies,
I know.
everything. It's like
I
you
know,
see
yeah.
the doctor having a glass of wine or
Fucking
margarita
doctors,
or whatever. And
They
it's
get
not,
off. They get off
I
of a
just
hard
don't-
shift, and they're like, "God, I gotta have a drink or whatever."
You
and
know,
they-
I
that's
can't
I just
acceptable.
had to take a guy's brain out.
I just want to know why teachers, like, we deal with the shit. Like, parents know what we deal with.
I think everyone should be able to have a drink.
Exactly. It shouldn't matter what my job is. If I'm off the clock
Right, but can we just leave it
and
there?
I'm sober when I'm there, it shouldn't matter.
Right.
Like, I'm not drunk when I'm
I feel like
teaching
we
the
should be
children.
that way with cocaine, don't you, Brad?
Children aren't looking at me like, I don't know. And even if I'm having a drink at a bar and a kid sees me, number one, they're at the bar. But number two, I'm doing it legally because I'm over 21. So why does it matter? I'm not on the job. I'm over 21. I've met the requirements that have been set for me.
Right. It's not like he walked into you doing a line of cocaine in the women's room.
Right.
You know, when he shouldn't even have been in there to begin with.
At
Oh,
the
but he
school.
was getting a tampon, turns out.
Maybe.
Right.
Because
For
they
his
were out in
mom.
the men's room.
Yeah. Bloody
The
nose.
women's were
Tampons
out.
are great for bloody noses.
Yeah, they are.
They
And
really
maybe
are.
that's why they're there. Because when you get in a bar fight, you can go in the bathroom and stick a couple tampons
So
up your nose.
back to OnlyFans. I feel like it
There
doesn't
it
matter
is.
where you work. In general, it doesn't matter if you're a teacher or you're a doctor or
Yeah.
if you work at corporate or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, as long as it's not discernible who you are. Like if you get doxxed, go fuck yourself. You know what I mean? Like,
I think even if you
if
can.
I have an OnlyFans and I do whatever, but you don't see my face, and the only way that you know is because I have a freckle on my dick or something like that. You know what I mean? Then you
know me all too
Then
well,
shame
son.
on you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I know whose dick that is.
How did you
And they're
know
like,
that was
and
me?
then you're like, that guy's got a freckle on his dick, and he has an OnlyFans account. So exactly.
And he has OnlyFans again.
Right, but
Yeah.
what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
I feel like
Holy shit.
if you have something that's going on that's outside of whatever, as long as you're not public disclosing like who you are and who you work for, it doesn't fucking matter.
And it's the age of social media. Who you are and who you work for can be found out in 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, OnlyFans isn't like literally just the bean and the flicking of it. I mean, obviously, people's faces
Sure.
are seen and distinguishing characteristics.
Okay, let's take it away from OnlyFans. Let's say that I have an Etsy account, and I do cross stitch, and it says like,
Fuck your couch.
like, fuck your couch, or cheers, go fuck yourself, or whatever, and I'm selling those all whatever, and it's really like not personal. It's just a side business until somebody else is like, hey, this person is working here and they have this side business, and
So
it's
somebody
like,
is being a Karen.
Yeah.
Sure,
and tattling.
but it doesn't matter to me.
How should society treat
Corporate
Karens?
life and personal life should be like separate.
No, I agree.
Completely
Separate
separate.
church and state and personal and corporate.
Now listen, this was a long time ago, so this would have been in 2008. This was whenever I was in county. There was a guard there, and I'm gonna say her name, Jessie Lunderby. It might be. You know who I'm talking about?
Okay.
Anyway, she was
Why you don't sell her all the way out? Like you take her first and last name.
She sold herself
Let
out.
her-
Anyway,
She lives at
no.
230.
No. She was a CO there at Washington County Jail, and then she posed for Playboy or Penthouse or one of. I mean, like had a spread in.
Hold on, who is this now?
Jessie.
Oh, is that an
Enderby.
Oh, I get it. You thought I was. Oh gosh.
Never. I'll
The
spell it for
timing
you
was
after
just-
the show. Anyway,
Just say her name out loud. I got
they
the microphone.
they
I'll rewind
fired
it.
her at the jail, and it wasn't because there was anything in her contract, but she became at that point a danger to the male inmates who may have seen her.
What?
Yeah. So yeah, that's
Like
been going
they
on.
were sexualizing her before in her officer outfit, but now they like have legit seen what's underneath. So now they're like really gonna target her.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's stupid.
So that was like the first time
You're
I had
stupid.
really.
I think that's stupid.
I think it's the first time I'd ever heard
You
of
remember-
anybody
you remember-
If
really
you
get
don't
over a
think
side
that,
gig.
like, if you don't think that you're hot enough to be in a spread of something, and you're in a uniform, and some person that is like in a 9x6 cell isn't looking at you through your uniform and seeing like exactly what's
No,
underneath,
yes.
then I give up.
No, I agree with you. I was more making a joke. Like, do you remember when kids would argue like that?
Oh yeah.
You're stupid. Nuh-uh. You're stupid. And like that was the end of it. And then they would fight.
Yeah. You're
To fight-
stupid.
Yeah.
No, pretty sure you're stupid.
Told you you were stupid after I crushed your head with a
Her
rock.
CO uniform.
We were brutal. We're still brutal.
I love it. One of the most brutal
You
fights I
love
ever
it.
saw was two girls going at it, and they like ripped like probably a third of each other's hair out. Like there was hair on the blacktop.
Suspended eventually.
We called it a blacktop. It was just asphalt, but it,
Yeah.
but it was just out there.
Hi, Jessie.
Hi. Just looked you up.
You're beautiful.
What?
I mean-
Who is Jesse? What?
The correctional officer. That's what I was showing you the picture of.
Oh.
That's
What?
her.
I
All
love
of
it.
it.
I love it. He goes, whoa.
Hold on,
I want
hold on, I'll
to
find
see.
you
Can I
better.
see that? Like,
Get the.
I want
my
to see.
eyes aren't so
Listen,
good.
it even
from-
has a picture of her.
Oh my!
Her.
Is that in a?
Hey.
Is she local?
How
Yeah,
about,
she was.
how about you point
Really?
this,
Does
that,
anybody
those
know?
screens over this way?
Can we get her on the podcast?
Hot
Ask
damn.
her. Her. I don't know if it's her.
Can you?
Oh.
Can you on my behalf?
No.
Wait, she was a correctional officer in a women's prison?
No.
Here in
Washington County
Fayetteville.
Jail.
Kim.
So co-ed?
Can you get her
Yeah.
on my podcast?
She knows her, not me.
I don't know if I.
Because
seen
it,
her.
to me, it looks like she was at the women's correctional facility.
She
from
was
those
definitely-
pictures.
To be fair, I showed him this photo.
Dang! I didn't know that photo existed.
If Nicole goes, dang, I want to see it.
Now I'm in.
What happened to it?
Now I'm in the Google spam alert virus shit.
Brad,
Thank
at
you.
what point did you start regretting coming over here?
Haven't yet.
Was it
Aw.
driving
Wow.
up the storm-ridden?
Oh,
Driveway.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it's
get me.
bad. It's bad.
I have all-wheel drive.
We'll wash that off.
He
I have
drove
nothing.
up it, and I was like,
That's
"What's?"
fucking bad. Well, actually, if you choose the right path, it's fine. But
Yeah, it was fine.
I don't trust.
I
This
did
was-
goose it a little bit on like that.
Did you?
I know. I was like,
That's
I was
why,
like,
Jason,
I was like,
you
let's
went
see. I
in
was
and
like,
angled the
what?
camera at you.
Oh, dang!
That was the first picture that I showed.
Hold on, I don't want him to see
Her
something
ex-husband
exclusive.
used to like be the GM at
It was
We
the same one you
Tilted
saw.
Kilt.
I need to see it one more time. Though.
Okay, can we talk about Tilted Kilt?
Yes, please.
Tilted
The
Kill.
food
Wait,
was
you know you want
amazing.
to? Yeah, it was
I
amazing.
loved the
You
food.
want to talk about Twin Peaks, and they're like
Maybe it was
Oh.
Twin Peaks.
No, it
No.
was Tilted Kilt.
Tilted Kilt was great, but
I
he
loved
wants to
Toe
talk
first.
about
I
the
love Tilted Kilt.
sanitary.
Wait, where was Tilted Kilt?
Where
Right-
Woodstone is
Where
now.
Woodstone is now.
But that's across from Olive Garden, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's by
Catty
more
corner.
like
Yeah,
Target.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking about
In my brain, I was thinking, so Tilted Kilt was awesome, and then went bye.
but it was
then-
gone forever. Yeah.
But Twin Peaks still exists, and it's like in the.
But there used to be a Twin Peaks in Fayetteville. Remember that?
A long time ago.
Long time ago.
Where was it?
Where are you?
Where Red Robin, not Red Robin,
Not Red Rock.
right next.
I thought that was Northern Exposure.
No, they're.
Oh, you're right.
Northern Exposure isn't
They're
it
kind of the
Kobe?
same fucking thing, but yeah, it was Northern.
Kobe.
You're right.
Exposure.
It was in
Now it's
Kobe.
Kobe.
Audie's like a fucking Rolodex
Yeah,
of
You
titty
can see through
restaurants.
things here.
Oh my.
How many?
Yeah,
how many
that's-
Hooter-esque
That would be hard
restaurants
to-
did we have around here?
Do you see a problem with restaurants like that,
Wait.
ladies?
Jason.
If women are
Oh.
getting paid to
No,
show,
like we brought Aaron to them from the time he was a baby. Like if we find a Hooters, we're stopping at
So
it.
a lot of people are always looking for jobs, and I don't necessarily. I'm not going to be like, oh, don't give them a job doing that. If that's
Yeah.
what they choose to do. Is what they choose.
well, I feel like both the left and the right look down. Like the right, it's not moral, and the left is like, oh, you're sexualizing yourself.
No, if that's what you want to do to get paid,
I'll
then
go
get paid.
to, like,
Honestly, I think that's got to be one of the hardest jobs.
Yeah.
Like a waitress in a restaurant like that, because you're getting
Not
shit
only
said
is
at you
it
all day
a
long.
waitress job that's hard to begin with, but you're getting slapped on the ass every
Could you
time.
imagine being the HR department for
No.
like Hooters?
I don't think
He did
anybody-
what? Okay, well, like, so there was no
Not-
penetration. You know,
It's like his finger didn't go in between the fabric and your skin.
right.
So here's the deal. I like what's it called?
Titties.
Twin Peaks.
I do like
Tilted
titties.
Kilt?
Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks.
And
I
Rogers.
I do like Twin Peaks. I don't like bathing suit season.
Ew, that's
Because-
gross. Yeah.
Like, he's like, I just ordered my food, but she's also getting her thong out of her ass.
Like I
And then
see
Yeah,
them
we don't
doing
want
the.
them having to pick around.
I see them
They're
doing like
tugging
the
at their
whole.
clothes.
You know what
which
I'm
is
talking
a
about.
little-
We get it, Kim.
Any girl that's wearing a bathing suit, they know what I'm talking about. Where they do like the
Yeah.
thing,
It's the untuck.
I'm gonna get it out of my crack thing,
Yeah.
which means that your fingers come awful close to your asshole and.
But it doesn't
the-
even
But
matter at that
also,
point. It's all
like-
touched a toilet seat.
But here's the deal, and then they grab your food and they're like,
Or
and
drink.
here's your food. Enjoy your hepatitis C.
But also, like,
Now you're going to have a lawsuit.
would
from
you not
Twin
feel?
Peaks
Even,
towards
I don't know.
your
I don't understand how ladies can just go to like these water parks in their underbits.
You,
It's very exposing.
but you.
Bitch, I wear long sleeves and jeans to the water park.
And that's what I thought you were conservative.
They know.
And boots and a whistle.
Boots and a whistle.
I went to Whitewater. I wore denim.
That's right. I wore denim and
And now
white
you've answered your own question of why I thought you
There
were
it
conservative.
is.
There it is.
Canadian conservative.
Canadian.
I love that denim, baby.
What a friendly Canadian man you
I
are.
know, right? The fucking friend.
I don't mind it. That's why you wear reflective lenses on your sunglasses when you go to those water parks.
Dude, we went to Whitewater not too long ago. And man, I remember being a teenage boy and going to water parks and being like, oh my God, this is like being in heaven. You know, I just want to go everywhere. And then you go up 42 and you're like, I don't want the FBI thinking anything.
They
You know?
really don't wear anything now.
Dude, it is so bad. And it's like, I don't know how old that person is. Like, I don't avert gaze. So you're just running into shit constantly. They look so young, I don't even want to look.
The last couple
Oh my
times I
God,
went
it's
to,
awful.
to Whitewater, not the last time, but the time before last, I feel
The
like
last time?
so much
The
shit
time
in the
before
wave
the
pool.
last time? Yeah, that happens.
So someone just
Happens at
floats
Wilson Park all the
floats a
time.
fucking turd in the wave pool, and they shut it down.
Dude, they got to.
Well,
Yeah.
yes.
But also, who's teaching
why?
their children that that's
Stop
okay?
Stop shitting in the wave pool.
We were at a camp one time. Some kid got beheaded with a katana in the pool, and they had to drain the whole fucking thing for like a week.
What
Whoa.
an inconvenience.
It was insane.
Whoa.
There was a whole
Blood.
investigation.
Was it a Schlitterbahn that some
kid got decapitated?
Decapitated? Yeah.
Was that too soon, that joke? I feel like that was a long time ago. We actually went to Schlitterbahn while they were dismantling that, because they dismantled that roller coaster.
Oh, you're being serious.
Water slide.
No, legit. Someone,
Yeah, for real.
Like a kid
But it
got
was like a world
decapitated.
record water slide. It's like the tallest or something, fastest or something. It was a big deal. And
Some kid
senator's
was
son,
like too light or did something they weren't supposed to do, and they floated off the thing. And then once the canopy came up, their head was up, and it goes, "Hold it!" And then all that came down after the.
Is there video of this?
I'm
sure.
I mean, so.
I
But
don't
he was
think
the
you can
son of
Google
a.
it. I'm sure there's a video exists.
He was the son of a senator.
It's probably on the
though.
dark
My
web.
Google to this.
If he was just the son of a guy who worked at IGA, would you know about that?
Probably not.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of wild. What was the next question for Brad? I feel like he's been quiet over there. He's just
He's
waiting
like,
for this to
y'all just
end.
keep
He's like,
on
how long are they
talking,
going
so I don't have
to
to
So,
answer all
Jerome,
these questions.
I'm sorry we came over. I feel like Brad would have
Bless you,
talked
bless
way
you.
more if we weren't present.
I feel like he would observe just as much.
He knows that he looks good, and he just tries to ride with that.
Good.
He's like, I look good on camera. I'll
He's
just
here
sit
for the
here.
G'day, mate.
You know,
I'm on your
right?
podcast. What can I tell you about that?
Can you do an Australian accent, Brad?
I won't.
They happen.
No.
I won't.
I
He says,
won't.
I won't.
He didn't say he can.
He says, I won't.
Were you a Star Trek guy?
How'd you know?
Which one?
What's bizarre is I just looked across the way, and I made eye contact with the fucking USS Enterprise right there, and then he goes, "So you Star Trek?
Oh,
Brad,
yeah,
are you
he
Star
is
Wars?"
Star Trek. No, he's Star Trek.
You know
It
that
was just
there's
really
a
weird.
98% chance if you look in any direction that you're going to see an
A
Enterprise.
Star Trek.
There's no Star Trek.
So Brad, are you a Star Trek?
There's no Star Trek over there.
There's a whole fucking
I mean,
fleet
you can
of
say
ships
Brad,
on
are you a
that
Star
show.
Trek guy in any direction in this room.
What do you think of He-Man, though, ladies? Was it homoerotic?
I just liked
There's a
He-Man.
poster right there for reference if you're unsure.
I know, I looked at it earlier. I just really liked He-Man.
Is that why you were rubbing?
I didn't rub it till just now.
Oh.
But I did like He-Man. I hated She-Ra.
I like Shira. I was
Oh.
always her playing the game.
What was her
Princess
villain's
of
name?
Power. Huh?
What was her villain's name?
That was Hordak.
Go fuck yourself! You're not a She-Ra fan. You don't know what her
Skeletor?
villain's
I
name
never
is.
said I was a fan.
Oh,
I just said I got to play her as a kid.
you did.
Hordak, bro.
Is it? What
I
was
thought
it?
She-Ra was a better show. I thought it was a better written show.
They had
Yeah,
practice.
Huh?
They had practice.
I don't know. I don't even know if they ran concurrent or if they were.
Jason, do you know She-Ra's villain's name?
Hordak.
We've already established this, sweetheart.
Sorry, I wasn't listening. I was too busy trying to look it up. So I
Obviously.
didn't answer.
Audie, did you know
F
that?
minus.
Yeah,
for
you
listening.
did. You did.
He's a bit younger than
I already
us.
said I didn't like She-Ra. I like
Hold on.
He
He-Man.
was born in
Audie was
1990.
born in 90 or 91?
90. Yeah.
90. Oh, you knew that. How did you know that?
You were 7 years old when I met Y.
Wow.
The last time the three of us were together was the debate.
Leave.
Oh, that's fun.
What a time to be alive.
What a time.
That
Oh,
was
man, that was
crazy.
not what I was expecting it to be.
That's a
Well,
million
none of
years
it.
ago.
But do you remember feeling
like
so
it.
bad?
I
Yes, it
do.
was terrible.
It was like
Oh
none
my
of us
God.
felt comfortable.
I came in feeling one way and left feeling a
Well,
different way.
What
And
did
that's
you?
why things have changed.
What do you think about them replacing Biden as the nominee, Brad? Without like a
You mean
primary.
Slick.
That was slick. Is that what you said?
We're
So
not
I
talking
think,
about
yeah,
politics.
I think they're slick.
I can think of a lot of things, but the one that comes to mind is I think that was a smart strategic move.
Yes. Unnecessary.
You don't
strategic
feel like it
move.
was undemocratic? You don't feel like there should have been a... So she inherits the candidacy?
She was already part of the ballot.
I don't know. I mean, it's not a constitutional thing. I don't think there's any guidance for this. I've just never been done. I don't know.
A vote for
I wonder
him was
how.
a vote
I
for
wonder
her, so-
how the media would cover it if it was in reverse. You know, that's what I'm curious about. Like, what would the standard be the other way?
Let's try.
I don't know.
Did you say let's try? Yeah.
Let's
Well,
do it.
it'd be like
Let's
if
see.
they put Trump in prison and said he couldn't run, and then they just said J.D. Vance
Yeah,
was on
let's
the
do
ballot.
it. Let's try.
I mean,
Hey, anything can happen between now and November. Trump could like fucking have a heart attack and die.
A lot of stuff could happen.
I hope you're not
They are-
advocating for that.
No,
absolutely not. They already
not,
tried to
never.
shoot him in the head and they missed.
As a ploy.
Bet you missed.
Bitch,
You watched Tom McDonald, Audie? Independent white rapper. He's like #1 on all these fucking charts as an independent artist. He does it all himself, and his wife edits the videos. Ben Shapiro's been on his videos. Pretty wild. He's like,
That's horrible.
Yeah,
I would never
yeah,
have
it's-
Ben Shapiro on anything that I fucking do.
no,
ever.
I know. But like, he's at the stratosphere where like conservative talking heads like find it cool to be, you know, because he is pretty right leaning, but he's got, you know, millions of fucking followers and just killing it. And it's like he just proves, regardless of whether you believe his politics or not, that like you don't need a studio or record label to do it anymore. You know, like fuck the middleman. Like, you don't need a studio to do a podcast. Like,
TikTok
you know
has
this.
proved
You
that,
worked
though.
in radio. You saw the big production it was. You don't need all that shit to do.
You just need the illusion of having the big shit.
You don't need the illusion. You just need the content that people want to hear. And there's losers out there like Brad. They listen to your show.
It's a huge studio, Brad. Huge, 3
Somebody's-
stories.
Huge.
I want to know what's going on with
Only
Phil.
quality people.
Phil has renegotiated his contract for another
He won't
year.
write me back, so.
I can't say that.
I heard she's like, I got rid of Phil, and you're like, what?
No.
I was a part of that. Like, I wasn't a part of that, but I
And when I
emotionally
don't-
was part of that whole drama.
When I don't know what to do with emails or things like that, it just Phil takes care of it. I don't have to fucking deal with it. I just shoot it away. So it's a good middleman. That way I don't have to be the mean person.
You know what?
Anything.
That is a non-Gen X response, and I am offended that
Okay.
you have that stance.
Why?
Are you Gen X?
I'm Gen Nick.
Gen X.
Man,
She's a
she
little
fucking
older.
whores her name out. Like, authentic. She's
I was
got
gonna
those
say,
shirts
we're
out.
barely Gen X.
It's like anywhere Nick works, she is so fucking shameless.
I really am.
And you know you are.
I am so
Authentic. I was like,
authentic.
ugh.
Come on.
Come. Oh, no,
Gotta
I
make it
I
work.
took my hat off too. I was like, that bitch. I'd have done it if I could.
Nick or treat, you know.
Yeah.
Nick
So
or
that's
treat.
I don't have a name like that.
What? You gotta watch out.
I
I'm
said-
just saying.
I said
like, don't
couldn't
put
say that one too.
don't-
too loud.
don't put Nick on the front of too many things in an
I
ER.
know.
I'm just saying, like that gets you in some trouble. Makes me a little uncomfortable.
Listen, guess what happened this morning though? You were talking about
Patty.
the first time that you were recognized. I went into the gas station this morning. You know what happened?
No,
they
I
asked
don't.
you if you had pretty eyes.
No, but I hear, "Look what I'm wearing," and it was somebody wearing an Urban Dictionary shirt.
Get the fuck out
I'm
of here.
gonna
That's
say
so
the fuck
cool.
right
Was
here.
That's why you
the
need to
coming
merchandise, Drew.
Huh?
Huh?
They come again?
Yeah.
Huh?
Saturday.
I said that's
new
why
one?
you need to merchandise.
I need to
Oh,
do a
okay.
lot of shit. I need to do a lot
Anyway,
of
it was
shit.
Austin. Sure.
Oh, that's still cute.
That was cute.
That's
so,
awesome.
Yeah. So I told him I would not duck his Jeep anymore for that.
Have you ducked it?
Not. I want to so badly.
Kim, can you run me? Did you meet Austin?
No, she's not married.
No.
Oh, I like Austin.
She met Stillwell
Stillwell.
and
That's
Nick.
it. That was
Stillwell and Nick. That's it.
That was it last time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stillwell and
Your
Nick.
first time
It
here.
is my first time.
This is my 6th time.
That was her first time. This is her last time.
No, but she hasn't even got to
We gotta
Coca-Cola
figure
yet.
out when you're coming on again, Jason. So,
Next week
I will not be here.
You're coming on next
on the
week?
7th.
Since
Are
I am
you-
not
I did-
welcome.
I
Hey,
didn't.
I will
She's
tell
coming on
you,
for 2 rep.
Yeah, well,
I've had a
I
couple
gotta
of
replace
friends in the
Stillwell,
past
man.
say,
I actually
Get out
invited
my
him
house.
long ago. He just never fucking answered me.
I did answer you.
You never confirmed.
You'll be there?
September 7th.
Oh, God.
Need you there. Nick's gonna be on. I said, sweet. Weeks passed by.
That's not.
Gen X
Hold
talk
on, is that a confirmation?
In Gen X
Wait,
speak,
wait.
yes, it is.
What?
Sweet means yes.
And then
Yeah.
weeks later, hey, this was a week and a half ago. Hey, Nicole's gonna be on with some of her friends September 7th. I go scroll up to the last time that he said that.
He screenshots
I
it.
screenshotted it and I just pasted it in there and sent
He
it.
sends it. I receive it, and I go. I still don't know if that's a fucking confirmation.
Yes.
Confirmed.
Well, I'll
Jesus
just
Christ,
let you know,
that was
I've
hard
had-
to arrive at.
Hold on.
I've had 2 friends
Jesus.
in the
Kind of the
past
same
tell me to
thing.
get out of their house, and I have not been back since then. So, if you tell me you don't want me
Okay,
here,
like,
I will
what-
never come back.
When you said to me earlier,
God.
asked me
you
if I was
casting
coming
you out
on.
like a demon.
I'm just saying, I don't go where I'm not wanted. So, if you don't want me here, I won't be here.
Nobody said that, Kim.
You just said tonight's my last night to be
It
here.
was a joke.
Is it though?
Do we gotta announce the jokes?
No. You don't have to announce a joke, but you say,
I'm not usually just.
"Oh, this is her last time," then I'll be like, "Sweet."
I think you're being.
It's
I'm
definitely
off the
not her last time
I'm off the
because
hook.
he would not have taken selfies with me with the Minions eyeballs. Willingly.
A filter? Did you have
Yeah.
Minions filter?
We did.
Yes.
Nicole's
You
gotta
son
go
of
to
a bitch.
bed soon. She's about to pass out.
Oh, we did that a long
I don't
time
even know
ago.
what time
We've been going. Yeah,
I'm
look at
not
her
going to
face.
get to bed until tomorrow.
Yeah, we gotta wrap this up.
Oh,
Nicole's
because you
gonna-
have to take your bath?
No, I missed that tonight. It's going to be
Oh,
tomorrow.
it's too late for a bath.
It's too, oh God, it's too late for a
Oh,
bath. Can't do it.
Why
Bath
would I
at this
just
point.
sit in there for 30 minutes?
Oh, I can't sit in my juices for 3 hours. What am I going to do to rejuvenate?
That's basically what that does.
Wait, this water used to be hot. Now it's like, it's not even lukewarm. It's a little on the cold side. It's time to get out.
That's not when you get out. That's when you fill it up with hot water.
You like drink,
refill.
you half drain it and you
wow.
like fill it back up to the
If
hot
you
water.
guys would
Refresh
give me
it.
just a little bit of credit, if you just lay there, it goes through that little intake thing.
Yeah.
So you don't have to drain it.
Wait, you keep the shit on?
The bubbles are on.
Like,
Like
you
not the whole time,
Okay.
but like every
okay, so you'll just kind of.
every 20 minutes, I don't have to get up. I pull it with my feet,
Of
pull the
course you
deal out,
do.
so I don't have to like. And
Oh,
then
you're telling me.
I
You should
wait
have
until
Archie do that with his teeth.
We got rid of our bathtub.
I wait
we never
until
used
it's
it.
so hot I can't stand it, and then I turn it off
Real, okay.
with my foot.
Oh, and
Nicole
Oh,
told
Audie,
me
you
one
and your
time.
snoring.
This is gonna be kind of meta within meta, but she told me one time. She goes, "It was weird having Archie on your podcast because he was talking about my baths, and I listened to it while I was taking a bath. And now she's
Even
taking
more
a
meta is
bath.
I listened to the podcast of you talking about Archie, talking about you taking a bath while you were taking your bath.
We're all gonna be watching this.
And I was
Were
taking
you
a
also
bath.
taking a bath when you were listening?
We didn't have a fucking bath, bitch. We got rid of it.
I hate baths.
I love baths, but we
Oh fuck! I hate getting wet. And
We have a flat screen TV.
I always walk into that
We
one.
did have that, but I didn't. It didn't matter. I still never took a bath.
Candles, snacks, drinks, refills.
Wait, what are we talking about? I'm talking
baths.
Oh, wait, what snacks got to do with a bath?
What's next got to do with a bath?
Everything.
Snacks.
You can't go 2 hours without a snack, Brad.
Typically, it's something salty and something sweet, so chips and candy bars.
Something borrowed, something blue, something something new.
And then I have this, and then I have a 100-ounce refill in there with me.
Do you live a healthy lifestyle?
No.
Okay. You know
Not in
this.
any way, shape, or form.
Okay.
So
when the water drains, do you like go completely submerged in the water and just let the water like drain off of you?
Not if I've eaten an edible, because I don't know if I'm going to come back up or not.
That was a really
That's
powerful
dark
admission,
and
Nicole.
hot at the same
Thank you
time.
for that. Thank you for sharing.
I like it.
I am all about safety.
I officially worry about
Safety
you now.
first, always.
Don't worry about it.
Because I feel like you might forget that sometime.
That is the most snoring I've ever heard.
I love it.
I love it.
He picks up on the
What?
mics.
I really think it's
Is it
funny.
You talking about
I
the
thought
loud,
it was Audie.
distracting dog that's dying on microphone?
He's
And
not
you bragged
dying.
about
He's
my
like
boobs.
he's
No, he's
having
just
the time of his
He's
life.
robust? Is that what you were going to say?
Oh my
He needs a
gosh!
sleep apnea machine.
I wish I could sleep like that. Like, look at him. He's just like.
With all the people around, honestly.
I thought it was this guy, like,
I
to
was-
the point that
I
we wouldn't even
really-
look
Audie.
over there.
I'm sorry.
I
that
was
they thought-
embarrassed.
Audie got fucked tonight,
It's
man.
alright,
It's not
it's alright.
really his
Hey,
fault.
Hey, you've gotten to talk like this
Alright.
much.
Hey,
No.
we're good,
But
we're
what
good.
you've said has been very powerful.
I think so.
Nicole.
The most important question is, will you ever be back?
It's a long drive from Bella Vista.
It's literally 45
I'd
minutes.
come back.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, we got
Opa! For all the Jews that watch.
We gotta next time we gotta have a minimum word count though, right?
Why didn't you make him hold the eagle?
You know, there's.
Brad, get the eagle and give it to him.
I mean, he's
You're
the Bud
the
Light.
current champion of the eagle. He's yours to
That's the
give.
eagle.
But you gave it to me again. I'm like, no,
You're
no.
the cod.
Would you have chugged a beer out of that eagle's butt?
Yes.
You still
Well, let's do it now.
It
We
ain't
still
too
got
late.
time.
Give it to him, Kim. You're the queen of the
You
eagle.
gotta do it,
You
man.
gotta do it at least
Oh my
once.
goodness.
I mean, apparently only like 3 people have drank out of it,
No,
according
only
to...
2.
2. You'll be the 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta pour your beer in there. Well, nobody's looking to see how much you actually pour in there, just saying.
Kim, you sneaky bitch. God damn it. I can't trust you.
You gotta do this
Nope.
side saddle thing?
No,
gotta
you just
gain
pour
it
it
up.
in
You
and then
pour it
drink
in
it.
and then you funnel up.
Oh, I don't
Yeah,
know.
pour
No
it in,
simultaneous.
funnel
I thought I
No,
did
you
acrobats
just
or
pour it, you
something.
pour it in first, and then you just
You drinking
funnel.
Bud
That's a
Light?
lot.
Absolutely.
Ah! You drinking Bud Light?
And
Geez, I got no problem.
I really never liked that beer until all the MAGA fascists.
Until you weren't supposed to.
And then I went to the supermarket the next day and filled up my shopping cart.
That's
we
what
were
we did.
so we were in
Yes.
Florida about that time, and
That's
the only thing
awesome.
available.
That's America, bro.
The only
That's
thing
America.
available at the Dollar General is Bush Light because
Yeah,
none of the
about
rednecks
it.
on the beach were
Exactly.
buying Bush Light, and we're like,
Exactly.
okay,
Kid Rock-
yeah.
Kid Rock's
So
fucking
that's what we
shooting
drank for a
them and
All that crazy nonsense made people bank. You know, oh man.
but the thing is, it
You had to create a
You gotta do it and take a call at the end.
Yeah, you gotta go caw and hold it
You
up.
gotta do
I
it.
caca first.
No,
No,
after.
afterward.
I mean,
You
you
do
can
it
do
equal.
it before and
Sounds
after.
like
But you
when
gotta
the
finish
eagles
it to
come
do it.
All right, here we
Here
go.
goes. Here goes. Glug, glug, glug! Son!
Caw.
peace. I love it.
Oh, he even got sugars at the end. I did not get him sugar.
Like, that was actually not what I was expecting, but I wasn't disappointed.
Not disappointed at all. It was a very eloquent.
That's what she
It
said.
was a
understated yet powerful.
Nick.
That's
with the
also
words.
what she said.
She's good with words, Brad.
Word salads.
What were you expecting?
It's the dictionary.
I didn't really know.
Really?
You don't know a man
Rip his
until you've
shirt.
heard his cacaw. Now I feel like I gave him that G1 koozie. I'm like, should I take that back?
No, he earned it now.
I know, you're giving me one of yours though.
I forgot about that.
I'll get it next time. I won't forget.
There was something about trading life for a koozie.
Yeah, I'm protecting his life.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, she
Thank
saved
you.
his life.
You're welcome. I got you.
Somehow.
I feel like
We gotta end this
Brad
podcast.
is very dissatisfied tonight. He's like,
Do we need to dump the excess beer into the electronics?
Definitely not behind this
Always,
couch.
Kim. Just don't worry about who's behind you.
I only did what Nicole told me to do.
I didn't
I know.
mean all the way behind. I meant kind of in the cushion.
She's a spider queen. She lays her eggs inside your ears.
Horrible!
hey, I saw a
Widowmaker.
video where somebody's like, my mom had, like, she felt like something was, like, moving around her ear. She, like, puts,
Why you gotta talk about this?
because he's saying something about it. Anyway,
There's a bald eagle nest.
they put peroxide in the ear, and out comes a motherfucking spider. It's like, wow. It comes out, and it's like, wow. And she brushes it off the neck, and then they show, like, a picture of it on the counter. It's like, gave me nightmares. Last night, gave me nightmares.
Yeah. How do you think tonight's gonna go? You gonna be
Fine
okay?
until he brought that
You
up.
just brought it up again. Do you think maybe
No, I'll forget about it.
they're
I hope
crawling
it
the
sticks
inside
in
of
your
your
brain
brain?
a little bit.
No, but like literally on the
Good
inside of your
investment.
brain, just crawling down.
Oh.
Just Nicole,
There's worse stuff in
next
there.
week, a week from tonight,
Away from tonight.
you're coming back out.
Yes.
3
Bringing
power
the
pods in a
girls.
row, and you're bringing the girls.
2 reverends and a pagan.
I'm gonna be out
Their
there.
first appearance.
2 reverends and a pagan?
Well, I'm banned. I won't be here, but that sounds wonderful.
That's a segment on my show with my friend who is a pagan and my
Stop.
friend who is a reverend, and then me who, yo, bitch, come here, you do. I'm doing
Or
it.
what are you
Are
certified
you
with?
Like Spaghetti Monster or
What?
the Church of the Spaghetti Monster?
Universal Life Church, ULC.
ULC?
Yeah.
What is that?
Universal Life Church.
$10 off the internet.
Well,
I mean,
but then
what?
also, like,
I
say
love
that,
the
but there
authenticity.
is
$10,
Church of the
man. It's
Spaghetti
10
Monster.
bucks.
Oh,
$10
well,
to Universal
no,
Life
that's
Church
how
is
you
like-
marry people.
It's like, what's your
Like,
tenants?
we
It's
have
like,
something
like
that.
that, yeah. It's
So,
something like
I
that.
actually, we went to Big Lots tonight and they're going out of business and there's this.
No, not Big Lots.
Shut up. So there's a spaghetti
Sorry,
strainer.
okay.
There's a spaghetti strainer and the tag says Spaghetti Monster Strainer or
Okay.
whatever.
And all she can think
And all I
of
can think of is the Church of the
the
Spaghetti
Church of the
Monster.
Monster.
Did you read that book?
No.
The Bible of the Spaghetti Monster? Oh, it's
I did
fantastic.
not, but
Is
we
it?
do have a friend that got ordained as
Did you
Church
read
of the
that one?
Spaghetti Monster to marry our friends who were
Oh,
divorced.
you missed one.
It wasn't available to you at the time. But-
All right, let's get this fucking camera off. Nicole, next Saturday, you're bringing your girls out. The
I'm
2
bringing
rap
them.
crew.
2 rap, yes.
To rap.
2 rap.
And we're going to see what happens. Should
I'll-
be interesting.
I'll be there. I promise.
Are you
that I will
coming?
Not.
You're confirming.
You're
Yes.
confirming it's
You're
not
not just
cool.
saying
So he
sweet.
has said
Bitch,
sweet.
I've confirmed twice.
He has said sweet. He sent you a screenshot, and I'm pretty sure there's 3 confirmations.
No,
on
he
here.
confirmed after. He
Oh,
confirmed once a little bit ago, and now is twice. Saying sweet is a reaction, not a confirmation.
Gen Z
He agreed.
sweet is okay. Yeah, I'll be
You're-
there.
That's like saying I'm good. Like you want to eat spaghetti, you're like
Well,
I'm
it's like when
good.
you
That
asked
means
me-
no.
You asked me to come here tonight, and I said, what time? You said 8, and I said, all right. And then he texts like an hour later.
So are you
coming? Why the fuck else would I want to know what the fuck time
Because
it
if
started?
she couldn't make it, she would have said, I can't be there at that time, but have fun.
But no, I do.
If you're trying to schedule a number of seats,
I understand.
right? And
So you have 5 seats.
yeah, that's how many.
I could have just sat over there with you.
I had to. It's like I need to fact check this before I answer her.
Yes, always.
It's like Kim's scheming on me.
Oh,
My name's
your bullshit.
Brad Durham, and I want you to say yes. Are you going to be on one of my shows?
This is over.
Yes?
This is over.
No.
It is over. Next week, Nicole got
It's
it.
got boxes.
Done.
Yes, no,
Do you
maybe.
love
Pass
me?
the note. I don't know. Let me read it.